Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Alright, that sounds ready. Okay, going live in 3, 2, 1.
Oh God, natural light!
Hey everyone, my name is SeanArnold, and welcome to another episode of DevBros, a weekly Yu-Gi-Oh! Streamcast where myself and my fellow hosts discuss the various of news and what's happening around the world in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! For well, the trading card game and the OCG. This week I am joined by 3 of my fellow DevBros, and first on the mic we've got Necro. How are you doing, Necro?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for asking. And with Necro also we have RB.
Glad to be here.
And alongside RB we also now have Toby as well.
Hey, how's it going?
And yeah, so this week is going to be a focus on the Dark Illusion. The Dark Illusion being the latest and hottest Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, TCG set, which was released 2 days ago, I believe. And we're basically going to be doing an overview of what's hot, what's not in the Dark Illusion. Then saying what we think you should look out for, and then doing a couple of deck builds to wrap up the night, and try things out with what's new. But before we get into that, as we always do, today we're going to start off with the weekly updates. If I can find my weekly update picture, I have lost that. I'll find it in a second. Whilst there it is. Weekly updates. Let's go around the room and catch up on how we've been. Toby, let's start with you, man. Toby, how you been this past 7 days?
I've been pretty alright these past 7 days. Again, I always talk about like Dragon Ball Z every week that we do DevBros, because you know that's my whole thing with Twitch and stuff. But I just recently started going back into YouTube. I just like recently uploaded a video, but it's not really like any video to like look out for. There's this other ZTuber, his name is like C-Reacts, and he posts like weekly challenges based on Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And my latest video has something to do with that, where like it concludes with like the whole challenge thing. That was kind of fun.
What kind of challenge are you talking about?
If I remember, isn't one of the challenges like, now I'm not sure myself, if I remember it's called the Great Ape Challenge?
That was his first challenge, but this is like his new challenge where basically what he wants to do is, I don't know if you guys seen the new movie with Resurrection of F or anything.
Yeah, of course I've seen it.
But there's this character named Sagoma, and in like Dragon Ball Super, apparently he like helps Frieza train for his like 4-month training session. Mm-hmm. And what C-Reacts wanted to do was, okay, so there's this parallel quest where you're basically fighting all forms of Frieza.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be like kind of diff challenging when you choose a certain character, and like the certain character that he wanted you to choose is like any variation of Apul, that big-headed purple creature, one of like the Frieza soldiers. Basically. So
you have to fight him as Apu.
Yeah, basically, it was kind of like cringing, but I got it done. And basically, the whole challenge was to see who could actually like get closest to killing him. I actually got to kill him, but then again, there were like other people that killed him as well. So in terms of that, he wants to like time it. So I should be in his like his next video pretty soon or something.
Toby,
so
what's your YouTube account called? Your channel?
It's Mr. Space Toby. Well, like the space is like space bar.
Okay, Mr. Space Toby. I'm getting that up right now onto the screen. There we go, Mr. Toby. Oh, that's a nice banner, dude. Is your I don't know. Is your latest video upload 3 months ago? No, I don't think this is you, man.
No, it's Mr. Space Toby 1018. Sorry, I forgot
Oh,
the
1080.
numbers.
Oh,
That
my
was,
bad.
You,
Okay.
you forgot the number.
Oh, okay, so we got someone else's channel being promoted here. Mr. Space Toby 1080.
Yeah, well, we're getting some promotion to someone else.
I'm struggling.
God,
I'm struggling to find it. But that's fine. Okay, cool. But
I just remember what card I was what card it was that I was putting in at 3. It was Pot of Avidity. That's one for D&D.
okay, cool. Well, no, that's nice, man. It's glad to hear that you're getting back into YouTube. I will, when I can get the proper link off of you, I will put that in the description so people can go check that out. I want to check out this challenge and see what it's like myself. It sounds like a bit of fun, man.
Hey, what's
yeah,
going on,
well,
Crisscross?
once the Xenoverse 2 beta comes out, I'll be planning on making a bunch of more videos. This is just like a little side thing that I wanted to do. Like, you know, why not? Let me just try this challenge and see where I get. You know. But once the actual Xenoverse 2 beta comes out, then I plan on getting really strong with YouTube.
This is like a side note for me, but just out of curiosity, what's your feelings on streaming versus making videos? What's the experience like for you?
With the whole YouTube thing, the only thing that threw me back was the fact that it's like so time consuming. Like I gotta sit there, get footage first of all.
Yes.
The fact that I have to get that footage from my PlayStation 4 to my computer so I can start editing and stuff. Because I don't want it to be like, you know, all like Share Factory type. Because to me that seems so like unprofessional in certain ways.
Yeah.
The fact that I gotta get all that footage from my PS4, my computer, and just like sit there and edit for like hours and hours. That's just so time consuming, especially where I'm at right now with like the whole military and stuff. I really don't have any time for that. So I'd rather just stream where I could just like, you know, chill, talk to some people that join my stream and chat, like that type of stuff, basically. But I do want to get into YouTube though. YouTube is really fun in that aspect.
Yeah, no.
What do you think I've been doing it?
Yeah, can definitely attest to that. It's a lot of work. It's a ton of work, but it's a rewarding experience, and the skills you learn from it are kind of priceless. That's cool, man. Anything else happening for you this week?
No, that's about it.
Cool. All right, well, let's move on to Arby. Arby, how you doing, man?
Well, same old.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I had to get myself out of Dodgy for a moment.
Adachi.
Shut up, Necro. Okay, anyway. So, kind of the same old grind. Pretty much the one thing that I am going to push into my brain is that I am going to, after this stream, upload Danganronpa. I am making that as a mental note right now because I do not want to fuck it up now. Because I keep forgetting.
I told you, dude, man. You should just upload it and schedule it, man. Just do it all in one go. Like, set your time to go. Just set it to upload. Go to sleep. Schedule it, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know why you make it so hard on yourself, man. But no, yeah, get Danganronpa done. I can't wait to see what that's like.
As well as me and Necro been doing something together.
Yeah.
We've been deciding to play Pokemon ROM hack.
What's Pokemon ROM
yes.
hack?
Pretty much, it's like a self-created Pokemon game that you can play on the computer, kind of.
Yeah, unofficial Pokemon games that you can play on your computer that they basically use the engines of other games in order to create their own engine. But they always give credit to the Pokemon Company and such, and there's many of them out on the world. But Dan had one in particular he wanted to try.
Called Pokemon Uranium. And surprisingly, it's actually very fun.
Yes,
But
actually,
we can talk about that later.
No. What's I wanted to ask you. I was just waiting for you to say it. Well, what's the appeal of playing, say, a Pokemon ROM hack as opposed to saying the original games?
Because, well, sometimes people don't really have access to the actual games, and sometimes it's actually more fun to play someone's work, because sometimes it can actually be really fun and unique.
It seems like it kind of reminds me. The thing that I can think of as a closest example. Toby, you might know this one. There is a online fighting game. There's two things: online fighting game called Mugen, or there is another version of it which is called Salty Bet, where you can just watch random characters fight each other all day, every day. And it's kind of fun to watch those because it's the minds of people that actually enjoy playing the games that are making the games, as opposed to this big publisher doing what they think is best for the people.
Yeah. Which, in this case, the actual ROM hack has a bunch of original Pokemon with it. Pretty much its own region, like original Pokemon, even some original Pokemon that go into Pokemon that we know of.
Yeah, like, for example, in Route 1 in this game, you can actually catch a Mankey.
Which, Mankey, once it evolves into Primeape has another evolution.
Yeah, some of these ROM hacks will also give custom evolutions to already existing Pokemon.
Cool.
And it's cool. But other than that, that's about it.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Alright, man. Yeah. So, Necro, how you been, man?
This week's actually been kind of interesting. I've been prepping for the most part because of college coming up next week.
Yes, it's coming up soon, isn't it, dude?
Yep, move-in days next week, and then I'll have like 2 free days before I start classes up.
So,
Which is lucky for me, at least. Next Sunday, I'm probably not going to be able to be available for DevBros, but I will probably be able to be available on most of the other Sundays.
that's fine. But you excited? Are you nervous? How you feeling, man? Leaving home?
It's literally like a mixed bag of emotions right now.
Yeah, that's about right. That's the right answer for sure.
Pretty much like fear, angst, anxiety, anticipation mostly.
And how's your family with it all? Like, are they like super nervous? Is mum like being like, "Oh, baby, make sure you do this. Make sure you wash your underpants and la 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 la." or is she just like, "Oh, I can't wait for this guy to get out of my house."
It's all right on their end as well.
Cool. Now it's exciting times, man.
Well, yeah. Besides that, I've been mostly just playing on my PC. Been messing around with Dan on Uranium,
As well as just anime.
Yeah, in terms of anime, Dan introduced me to Kill la Kill and No Game No Life.
I love Kill la Kill. Sorry, Kill la Kill. Oh.
Kill la Kill and No Game No Life, and in return, I introduced him to The Devil's a Part-Timer.
How far are you in Kill la Kill?
He finished it.
You finished
We've
it?
actually finished.
Nice.
I finished Kill la Kill in 2 days.
Oh, you damn right you did.
You're Sean. You're talking to a person who finished Inuyasha in a whole week.
What did you think of Kill la Kill?
I thought it was actually a very interesting series. The best I can describe it is in 3 words: Deadpool the anime.
Yeah, I will get you that. What I think is really interesting
Especially with Mako. Mako was the incarnation, the anime moe equivalent to Deadpool.
she's great. I love Mako. I really love Kill la Kill because I think it's kind of special because unlike most animes, there was an anime show which didn't have any source material to go by. They were literally writing it as they were making it, and you can kind of see like how they kind of switched their ideas along the way. Some of those things they don't completely follow through. Some certain directions where you think, oh, they're going in this direction, they kind of go in a different direction due to fan feedback along the way.
Like yeah, you have this set story of girl tries to find father's killer, happens to have a blade that looks like one half of a scissor, where the other friend who killed her father has the other blade.
Yeah. And
It sounds like any old style Japanese story on paper.
But then it really doesn't kind of end up that way, or being that important.
Yeah, it goes through many hoops and hurdles and random twists and turns to make light of the situation at heart.
Pretty much.
What I love about it the most, though, is that I feel like it's an anime made for people that watch anime. You know how you get animes that like to pace themselves so slowly because they think, oh, we've got to explain this and explain that. No,
Yeah.
if you've watched anime before, you can kind of guess what's going on pretty quickly. Let's just get to it. Just get to the action. Move on.
Yes, and I will say the action is where this anime really does shine.
Absolutely.
Especially, like, the characters shine a lot. Like, I love some of the characters. Like, I love Irigama Gori, for example.
He's great.
I am Lady Satsuki's shield! I just thought that he was actually
It's just the best part about him is that he's always shouting.
Yeah.
And then, like, all the twists and turns that they take. It's actually pretty interesting. Like, Yeah, it gets cliche every now and then, but
It's anime. What do you expect?
yeah, that's what you said. And also, after Kill la Kill, we decided to watch No Game, No Life.
Pretty much imagine this. You have two people that are the best gamers in the entire world. They pretty much get bored with life. So, you have God of another world ask them, if you could start your life over in a fantasy world, would you take that chance?
Let me put that question to you guys. What's your answer?
Honestly?
Yeah, and his God in this world, his name is Tet.
What's your answer? God approaches you, says, "Listen, I will let you start over in a fantasy world. It's completely made up, but you don't know. You don't know it's real. Would you take it?"
To be honest, it's really a hard choice. Because, I mean, I actually like my life right now.
Yeah, same.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, carry on.
I'm good. But anyway, so you have the god by the name of Ted. Ted is literally a child. And this is our god, by the way.
And
world-
pretty much
world-
what happens is that after beating him in a chess game, Ted brings these two characters, Sora and Shiro, to this fantasy world called Discord.
And pretty much this world revolves around 10 commandments. And the entire world, every issue is resolved with games.
So let me ask
can be-
you, is it like SAO and Local Horizon?
like-
Is it kind of like that?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, like, you'd think because of games it'd be, but, like,
Yeah.
even though they technically are in, like, a virtual world, I guess you can say.
But it's real.
Are they aware that they're in a virtual world, or
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they don't want to leave.
Yeah. And it's
the
very
whole-
interesting. Like, any issue is resolved by just a game. It can be simple from rock, paper, scissors to, I don't know, chess, in which the pieces have freaking souls.
The pieces have their own will. And like, just imagine this. By the way, our main character, anyone who watches Durarara,
Yeah.
our character's personality is Isaiah, pretty much.
That name.
Yeah, Isaiah Orihara, which is, like, just overall a snake. But he's the main character.
Yeah, and we have to deal with that.
Cool. It
And
sounds
then-
interesting.
And then you realize that he's more than that, he's a pervert.
Sounds interesting. Cool.
But and then after that, I decided to show Dan and Return the Devil's a Partner, which take Lord Satan of a faraway magical kingdom, put him through a portal to modern day Japan with no powers, and he has to get a job
So he decides to work at Japanese McDonald's.
called Mig Ronalds.
And he climbs the ranks and he's pretty much living a modern day life.
It's a very comedic series.
Anyway, we'll get off topic of that because I think we spent enough time with that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if I was to segue to my week, I'm going to say I watched an anime too. This week I finally finished Persona 4 and the anime. Wow.
And what were your thoughts of that?
Basically, I think it's the best adaptation I've seen so far of a video game to any other medium. Because when you watch it, it feels like you are still watching a video game, even though this isn't like characters acting like it's in a video game. And it does it does certain things which you only find in video game medias, like have boss battles or have dungeon exploration, but does it in a way which is still interesting and fun to watch in a 22-minute episode. Really phenomenal anime. I'm so sad that I'm late to the party with this one. I wish I was there when the hype party was there or the hype train was around for Persona 4. But it's very well done. Looking forward to doing Persona 4 the Golden, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that will set me up for consuming whatever Persona 5 I'm going to consume.
Now, Sean, I will say this: Persona 4 Golden is pretty much a new game plus.
Yes, it is, which is what I'm looking forward to about it. And that's another thing, like, it's an anime which has its New Game Plus version. The closest thing you normally have to that in any kind of movie or TV show is like a director's cut. And that's not really a New Game Plus of it. It's not like a rewrite
Or
of it.
sequel.
Yeah, but the sequel's not like a New Game Plus. You're not going over the same stuff again, really.
Exactly, you're going over
Yeah.
brand new stuff.
Which is such an intriguing concept to me. I would love to see this story again, but just see like different perspectives from it.
It's just like, imagine this has had you in the with Persona 4 the animation, just the first one. He was very awkward and kind of bland.
Yeah.
But then when you go to Persona 4 the Golden, the very first time he meets the teacher, this is your new classmate, introduce yourself, and then he comes in and starts shaking his hand saying that, hi, I'm Yu Narukami.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like when you're creating something, you feel like, oh, I could go in this direction or this direction with it. Well, it's like the writer or the creator of Persona just said, do you know what? I want to do this again, but I want to make my characters just have more fun. Which is pretty cool.
And definitely, we also get to have the new added scenes from Persona 4 Golden, as well as the animation for it.
Yeah, cool. So I did that. Oh, sorry.
Like as simple as the characters going to the beach.
Yeah. So I did that this week in terms of video games, climbing the ranks in Overwatch. Finally managed to get when I got into competitive mode, I was at 47. I dropped down to 38. I finally got good and started to climb back up, and now back at 49 now. So I'm back where I was. So hopefully I'll finish the season in a plus. I'll be messing around with the new summer game stuff. I finished.
Nice.
I finished I Am Setsuna, a Chrono Trigger.
How was that?
Game. I'm gonna be doing a review for it, but and I'll speak to tell you my mind on it. If I was to sum it up right now, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. For the money that you could buy it, just go out, go see Suicide Squad, have some lunch, and buy Chrono Trigger. Just get the original. Just I will go into it way more when I get to a review of that. And in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, those who know to be frequent to the channel know this, but this week I have been doing the week of UAs, which has been such a fun deck to learn, and did a bit of Fire Fist.
UAs is just one of those decks.
It's such an original deck. It's kind of like Yosenju's, but with big beaters in it, but it's really, really creative, and I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, now you're starting to do Fire Fist.
I did start doing Fire Fist. Yep, Fire Fist is definitely a fun deck. Can't wait to take them onto DevPro. And then
as well as next week.
Next week is gonna be Do you
want to spoil it right now?
No, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. No,
you're such a.
They have to tune
come
in
on,
for that.
Sean. Come on, Sean. You're such a tease.
We gotta give them a reason, you know. They gotta earn that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much me for this week. So, it's been a fun week on my part two. So now we're gonna go into looking at the Dark Illusion, looking at the brand new set, seeing what's been released. I know tons of people have been trying to get their hands on it. I went into a game shop today and I actually saw not the Dark Illusion, but the movie pack cards. I was so tempted to buy them, even though I have no reason to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
But I was so tempted just to say, what if I pull like an alternative Blue Eyes? Can I sell it for like big money or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
anyway, we actually got some interesting cards with Dark Illusions for this time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So what the viewers at home are seeing right now is they're seeing the list. This is from Wikia, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, the entire list. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to just kind of skim through the entire list to begin with. Just say what kind of stands out to us. And then we're going to get into a bit more details with certain cards a little bit later on throughout the episode today. So,
first off, I would say let's just ignore some of the first aspects. Like, let's ignore the generic performer pal support that every set gets.
They have so much stuff now. It's just like you don't even know how to build. It's like Blackwing syndrome.
It's that, and it's heroes.
Mostly because I know I said this multiple times, but because it's the main character of the anime's deck, they have to print him multiple cards that he'll suddenly use in every random duel that he's in. Yeah. And because he used that card, hey, we need to make a card out of it.
So we are going to skim over quite a bit of it. But before we do anything, can I ask
I had to say... I will say... Sorry.
Okay, go on. Sorry, I was going to say, can I ask you guys, what's your overall impression of TDIO? Is it a good set? Is it going to make a bit of an impact on the scene? Or do you think a lot of this is just going to be stuff which is going to be put to the side? What's your overall impressions of TDIO so far?
To be honest, I would have to say most of the cards in the not structure deck. This pack actually is pretty nice.
I would have to agree with that because like multiple cards in this set are actually like they're parts of like what have been used in the OCG meta, for example, and we'll get to those in a second. But like a lot of this set is actually is just like powerful in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So go on.
I mean, if I had to say like one of the monsters that's actually been overlooked because you can actually use this monster in a few decks, but it actually makes them very strong. That being the first card that's in this list, Magical Something.
Oh yeah, we'll get into specific examples in a bit, but just overall, what's your thoughts on the thing? Toby, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm listening.
What's your thoughts on TDIO? Any impressions? Do you think it's gonna make an impact on the scene?
I feel like out of all the packs that's come out this year, you know, Shining Victories, other packs like that, you know, I feel like this one is like the least. How can I put this?
Has that least gravitas or least impacts? I've been using that word a lot.
Yeah, it's not as impressive as the earlier ones. I would say. I feel like there weren't that many cards to actually look out for. I honestly feel as though Pot of Desires was probably like the best card out of this whole like pack. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna get into. By playing DevPro for the last couple of weeks, I love this kind of trend that Konami's going through about having legacy support, going back to older archetypes and, well, quote unquote archetypes or sets which weren't even archetypes, but now they're trying to turn them into archetypes. Going back to them and giving them new cards, I'm so happy that they're doing that kind of stuff because it keeps the game interesting for older stuff. But from what I've seen overall and what people have been trying in the OCG and so far, there isn't like a whole lot in here which I think is going to make the competitive scene change too much. There are a couple of cards which are really, really great to look for, but the archetypes here, I doubt we're going to be seeing, say, like a top 8 or a really big YCS, someone really winning with them. Maybe not.
Well,
it's skeptical.
It just depends on which ones we're talking about.
Yeah, it does. And so let's get through it. So like I said, we're gonna just basically be skimming down through something, just saying what's hot, what's not. We're not even gonna go through the whole thing. Arby, you were saying Magical Something. Is that something hot to you? Does that stand out to you?
It to me, it kind of is, because in some decks, this card can actually be very strong.
What decks are you kind of talking about?
Like, okay. Most of the time, it's more like, okay, you need a deck that can at least use spells a little bit, and depending on like, okay, so just
say the name of a deck, like any particular names.
I'm trying to think, because like there are some that actually do come to mind, but it's more like what?
Magician can come to my mind at first.
Like, yeah, Dark Magician can.
So it's a good support for fun spellcaster decks.
Like, because it's the whole thing on how there are actually some very good spell cards that we actually have here. Like another one being Cosmic Cyclone. Just being able to only pay 1,000 in order to banish a spell or trap card is actually very good.
Okay, yeah, but before we get onto Cosmic, why Cosmic's good, what's good about Magical Something?
Just being able to, whenever a spell is activated, get a counter on this. And I mean, hey, you don't even have to use his effect to get rid of 3 in order to get a quick play spell back. His level increases depending on how many counters are on him. So just the level adjusting effect can actually help out some decks with making, say, Synchros and also Xyz.
Cool.
It's just mostly around the decks that use a lot of spells.
Okay, cool. Alright then, what's standing out to me next on the list is, just going down slowly, we got Blackwing Gofu the Vague Shadow. Blackwing Gofu, I think, yeah, gotcha, Necro. Blackwing Gofu is gonna be such a big hit, and I can't believe I can't believe they're giving it away as a common in this set. If you guys are opening packs of TDAEL, definitely be looking for Gofu. We're gonna talk about that in a bit more in a second. Gonna keep on going down. What's nice about this set is we got new Dark Magician support. Dark Magician support.
Before we continue, I just wanted to say, what's up, Scope?
Oh, you just want to chat. Yo, what's up, Scope? How you doing, man? Yeah, we got new Dark Magician support, which is going to be really, really great. It's not going to put Dark Magicians on the pedestal that Blue Eyes is on right now, but
yeah, like it's strong, but it's not going to be on terms with Blue Eyes right now, because Blue Eyes have stuff like Chaos Max and White Spirit Dragon or White Caw Dragon, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
As well as because of the new Felgrand structure deck, we have Felgrand monsters with it that can combo with it.
And then it's also got, because being a level 8, it has the rank 8 box, which is just so strong.
Because like we have stuff like Titanic Galaxy.
But the Dark Magician stuff, really cool stuff. It makes, I feel like for the first time ever, it makes running a pure Dark Magician deck something which is a bit more than just a gimmick deck.
I mean, as well as that, we have Dark Magician of Chaos back.
Yeah, that too. So moving on further down, we've got the introduction of the Metal Foes archetype, a really big archetype. I think people should definitely be watching out for this one, and we're going to be going through that a little bit later on in the stream. We're going to be building some decks using Metal Foes. We got Tremids. Tremids was a set which was not leaked out, but which was kind of spoiled out a couple of weeks ago. And I don't know much about Tremids. I don't know whether they're really going to be good or whether they're going to really make an extra impact. Does anyone else have an opinion on Tremids at all?
Tremids, if you can play it properly, is actually pretty strong, just because it's hard to deal with Sphinx.
Gotcha. So Tremids, a brand new archetype which people might be watching out for. This is for fan service only. We got a super rare version of Toon Dark Magician.
Oh god, I've been waiting for this.
Toon cards really can't catch a break, but they've started to get some really good cards, and Toon Dark Magician is phenomenal in my mind. Arby?
Pretty much some of the two best cards that Toons have right now is being Toon Red Eyes and Toon Dark Magician.
Their effects are very, very good, so anyone who's a fan of old school Pegasus decks, look out for that, man. Definitely Toon Dark Magician is one to watch out for.
I mean, the best part about it that Toon's God was Toon Kingdom.
Yeah.
Way back then. I mean, it just helps the deck so much. And you can just run stuff like Necroface to just shuffle back the cards you use in order to protect your Toon monsters.
The next card which really stands out to me is Nirvana High Paladin. Watch out for this one. I'm not going to say much more because we're going to go into it. Nirvana High Paladin. It's the titular card of the advertisements for this. If you see the adverts for TDIL, you're going to see the 3D motion of Nirvana. He looks pretty damn cool, and he's the first ever Synchro Pendulum monster. We're going to get more into that in a bit. New Red Dragon Archfiend support. That's something we're not going to talk about today, but Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, if I recall, is a very good card.
Tyrant is a very strong monster. Just being able to, well, first of all, destroy all other cards in the field, and being able to pretty much have a Quasar effect during the battle phase for only negating back row, as well as gaining 500, becoming a 4K beatstick during the battle phase if he negates that.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch out for. He's not really too splashable because he does require, was it 2 tuners? Yeah,
two tuners,
which is kind of interesting. But it's
well,
nice.
depending on the deck, you can make that easy.
Yeah, like red resonators.
I mean, hell, I run that in Cardian because I can make it easy.
Another synchro monster which I think people should watch out for, even though it's not too amazing, but it is a secret rare, is Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon, if I recall, is a level 6 synchro. Toby's Coral Dragon, level 6?
It's a level 6 synchro tuner.
Level 6 synchro tuner. I didn't even notice that. It's a synchro tuner. And what's its effect again, Toby?
Basically, you discard one, destroy one card on the field, and if he gets sent to the graveyard, you draw one card.
And he's generic, isn't he? He doesn't require any particular types of tuners.
Yeah, generic.
Generic level 6.
Watch out for this one. I think it's going to be... I don't know if it's going to make a huge impact, but I think you're going to be seeing it a lot.
Most decks are going to be using it to bring out Ultimaya or something.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving on, Don't know if I can say anything about Emon High Magician, but we've done Dark Magicians already. Yeah, Tremids, we talked about Metal Foes, more Tremids. 2 cards which we're going to go into a little bit more, but it's Cosmic Cyclones and Pot of Desires. If you guys can get your hands on those ones, count your lucky stars, because those are probably going to be worth a lot in the trading scene.
If I had to,
sorry, go ahead.
if I had to say my 2 cents as well, a deck that we're pretty much going to be getting more support as well. That's kind of on the rise, being more DDD support.
Yeah, we did get some DDD cards in here. Now, but when we were talking about this earlier in the stream, before the stream, do we have enough DDD stuff to even be concerned with DDD right now, or are we still waiting for more stuff?
We do have enough stuff that DDD can actually be a threat.
A threat to what? A threat to who? The competitive scene, you think?
Yeah, it's actually a very strong deck.
Okay, cool.
Because of the fusion variant, when you have stuff like access to Caesar Ragnarok and Dark.
Do we have access to that yet, though? In the
No,
TCG?
Caesar Ragnarok we have. Caesar Rock and Dark we have access to. In the structure decks, we're going to be getting. We're actually getting a tin for Yugi and Kaiba that's going to be getting Gus King Alexander and Flame King Genghis.
Okay, cool. Yeah, DDDs are definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, and Beowulf is coming out in the structure deck.
But right now in TDIL, should people be really concerned with DDDs? Should they be grabbing them right now? Should they be holding on to them maybe for the future?
It's definitely it's a deck that you can play now because at the time we didn't really have many things that made the deck good, but once we started getting the actual cards for DDD that made the deck good, it started coming on the rise, and you actually see it a little bit more, and it is a threat when it can do its power plays.
Cool. The other archetypes which we got in this are Subterrors. Subterrors were also recently leaked, or shown at a sneak peek. Subterrors being a archetype which has monsters which are have flip effects, or activate when flip face up. We also got Spirals, which is a brand new warrior archetype. And got some really cool cards there that are based off the series of Metal Gear Solid and James Bond.
Oh, hey, it's Ravon.
And we also got Paleozoic. Paleozoic, I think we should definitely be watching out for. Paleozoic are an interesting trap-based monster archetype. They're all trap cards which also can be summoned at monsters, and the variety of level 2 aqua monsters which have a lot of
the one monster
effects.
in particular, Tree Toad.
Exactly. So yeah, keep your eyes out for those. It's an interesting set. Got a lot of brand new stuff. Well, what we're gonna
now, is there also one more thing?
Yeah.
Because the one thing that we also have to be very careful about is that we got train support.
Yeah, do you know, I always forget about this because the trains aren't like. They don't all share the same name or the same name format.
But the trains are an actual deck because we got one of their best ranked level 10s being Daracrane. We got their best ranked 10 being Dora, as well as their field spell.
Yep, absolutely.
So pretty much because as well we now have Ravenous Tarantula, Pain Gainer, and Seven Sins.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. Watch out for them trains.
Just the way we're playing it as well, Ravenous Tarantula kills decks.
Cool.
Just because of the massive attack gain that it can give everything.
Cool. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch over to DevPro, and what we're going to do is basically go through what I think are the top 5 cards you should be watching or looking out for in TDIL. Things which you should be seeing that are not necessarily an archetype as a whole, but just standalone cards which I feel like are going to be making an impact and seeing their ways into a different variety of decks. Let me just switch the stream over to DevPro, and there's Jerry B-Man, and yeah, let's go. So these are the 5 cards which I picked out that I feel like are very, very strong. And I'm going to start off with the lowest, from the bottom of the list first. We're going to start off with Cosmic Cyclone. Now, Cosmic Cyclone is a quick play spell card, which, as RB said earlier, you pay 1,000 life points, target one spell trap card on the field, and banish it.
It's quick play.
And it's a quick play. I feel like that is such an amazing card. In the era where we live in an era where there is so much back row hate right now, people are maining free twin twisters and siding MSTs, Twister. They side people are in Monarchs. They got their freezing spell. People are really anti spell trap card in this meta.
It's just the whole thing on how we have so many floodgate cards that people kind of need to run it.
And Cyclone really just adds itself to that list as being an easy to play smashable card, which has a life point cost, but you get to banish your opponent's cards.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing of wondering, like, do really people care about their life points at this point?
I don't think so.
We have stuff like Warning, Strike. What much is 1,000 points gonna do to you when you can just OTK and do so much damage to your opponent?
Now, if I was a Pendulum player, I would be very, very scared of Cyclone. Pendulums are typically you don't see too many Pendulum decks, mostly just being Magiceptors and really just that's really kind of it. Pendulums, they get away with a lot of things because they have a lot of effects which protect their cards from being destroyed, such as I think Sky Iris maybe does that. But this one doesn't destroy, it banishes it, and that can really, really hurt a lot of Pendulum decks. They're not really decks which are made to deal with the banish pile. So Cosmic Cyclone, definitely one to watch out for. Keep it in your mind. Cosmic Cyclone, pretty damn good in my opinion. Toby, what do you think of Cosmic Cyclone?
I think Cosmic Cyclone is a really good card, especially against Pendulums, like you guys were mentioning already. Just because there's cards that, like, what's it called? Pendulum called, that it stops destruction effects, but does not stop banishing effects. So I feel as though Cosmic Cyclone could be good in many ways. It's a good, I would say it's a really good side deck option for, like, TCG tournaments and shit like that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
But yeah, definitely it is a good card.
Let me ask you, it's good that you mentioned the side deck option. I was going to say, do you think this is going to replace anyone's, say, decision to run Twin Twister? Do you think this is going to be run over MST now permanently? How do you think this is going to make an impact? Welcome back, Necroman. We're just talking about Cosmic Cyclone.
Okay. Have you guys of Desires yet, though?
Not yet.
We just started.
Yeah, well, how do you think Cosmic Cyclone is going to impact on the variety of decks in the TCG?
Cosmic Cyclone? I think it's actually pretty interesting. Like, okay, so right now I really have 3 cards that I like to intertwine between each other. Mystical Space Typhoon, Twin Twisters, and Cosmic Cyclone.
It's like the whole thing of how nothing's never going to replace MST because it's like it's always going to be around.
Like, MST is always the pretty much always staple. Just destroy one spell or trap on the field.
What's the trap one, the trap twister called? I said twister, but it's not twister I'm talking about.
It's
a Tornado, I think?
Tornado, yeah. That's the one I meant earlier. Sorry, not twister. Sorry, guys. No. Tornado's a quick play. There's one
there's Wild... No, you mean Dust Tornado?
Oh, Dust Tornado.
No,
Dust
Tornado.
Yeah.
There's a trap
Dust
card.
Tornado is trap.
You mean Wild Tornado, or do you mean the quick? Or do you mean?
Is it the one where you set a card after its activation?
No, that's Dust Tornado. There's one which you can play from your hand as a trap.
I think it's like Typhoon.
Typhoon, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Typhoon.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people running Typhoon, MSTs, and Twin Twister. But
yeah, like Typhoon's also a good card to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Cosmic Cyclone is going to be easy slip. I don't think it's going to change the meta, but yeah, those who run, I don't know, cards like Pendulums or any kind of face-up cards, Necro Valley, oh my god, those kind of things, be on the watch out for Cosmic Cyclone. That's going to mess your day up.
In the chat, Rep says, yeah, in the OCG, I'm assuming, meta, who gives a crap about LP? One turn wins regardless of LP. That is very true because of how turbo our format is, really. Like,
yeah,
life points don't even matter. Like, we're in the format in which people are willing to pay half their life points just to get out of Shadow.
We're in the format of people willing to banish 10 cards from their deck to draw 2.
Which we will get into in a bit. Right, so Toby, I want you to take this next one. Black Queen, Gofu, whatever the rest of its name is.
Gofu the Hazy Shadow.
Hazy, aka Vague.
Is that what it's called? Or is it Gofu the Vague Shadow?
Yeah.
Okay, Gofu the Vague
Yeah,
Shadow.
Gofu the Vague. It used to be Hazy Shadow before TDIO. All right, so let's go with Blackwing Gofu, the Big Shadow. All right, he is a level 5 effect tuner monster. He is a wing beast type, dark attribute. Basically, his effect is cannot be normal summon / set, must first be special summon from your hand while you control no monsters. When this card is special summoned from your hand, you can special summon 2 Vague Shadow tokens. Wing Beast, Dark level 1, attack, 0 defense, 0 attack. They cannot be tributed or use a synchro material. You can banish this card and 1 or more face-up non-tuners you control, then target 1 Blackwing synchro monster in your graveyard whose level equals the total levels the banished monsters had on the field. Special summon, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. Basically, I would say this is literally Blackwing's version of Quick Draw, but just like a different, basically just a different summoning condition, basically.
And how you just need to have no monsters. And I mean, the summoning tokens is a you can choose if you want to or not. Most people don't, just because they just want to get the monster out and then use it to go into Ultimaya.
Which is sorry, go ahead.
Though I have seen people do some of the tokens occasionally, mostly for Melfos and for Cristrons. Since that actually gives you more materials to pop your cards in order to do their own advantages.
Over the past couple of weeks, whenever we've been building decks, and anytime we have a deck with Ultimaya in, it's either Necro or Bjorn who always says, listen, make sure you got Gofu in there, yeah? Just put Gofu in there, yeah? Because Gofu is a level 5 tuner, which is just half the way forward until you get Ultimaya out. It makes it really, really playable. From what's out there right now, what's leading the tournaments and things we're seeing, do you think we're going to see this maybe run into, say, Ultimaya Monarchs or anything which is quite popular right now?
Well, in the TCG, it's going to be kind of tricky because, like, Ultimayas have been distributed as, like, promos in mangas and such, so getting all the though only really getting 1 is needed. The main issue
now I do want to mention about this card is that this card is going to be really good with making the whole Quasar thing, like I've shown you before. Sean
my main issues with the Gofu in general is the fact that now any generic deck, if you can make a level 5 alongside Gofu, can get out Tzolk'in. It's sort of my similar issue that I have with Coral Dragon. Any deck that can synchro summon a level 6, and get another level 6 on the board, Tzolk'in. Boom.
It's just like, there's a lot of cards in this day and age that can actually abuse Tzolk'in.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of... it's bizarre that such a...
My Herodic Kaiju deck is known for that, by the way.
Such a strong...
Yes, Toby, we know that already.
Such a strong monster can be summoned so easily now. I mean,
like the embodiment of the plot to 5Ds can be summoned by just a bird.
Mm-hmm.
A bird or a little sea serpent.
Basically, Crow was the best player in 5Ds. Basically, is what they're saying. Okay, so the next card, which
wow, shots fired.
Shots fired. Jack, Akiza, and Leo and Luna.
Next card which I have on the list, and maybe I should save this one for Toby too, because I know he likes this kind of scene. But let's go for Necro. Necro, talk to me about Nirvana High Paladin. Why do people need to be interested in this one?
Nirvana High Paladin. Let me pull him up. Nirvana High Paladin is actually the poster child for the Dark Illusion, like in the same situation as how in the last pack it was Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Nirvana High Paladin is our first ever Synchro Pendulum monster. It's actually a very interesting accomplishment because as soon as Pendulums first came out, we never expected these kinds of unique cards to ever come out, honestly. Like, the first expectation with this obviously was Odd-Eyes Rebellion Dragon, but...
Which, I mean, okay, how this works is that since they are Xyz and Synchro Pendulums, they start in the extra deck, and you have to make them first. Once they get destroyed, once they get destroyed, then they go into the Pendulum Zone.
Well, yeah. In Nirvana High's case, you actually have 2 methods of summoning it. Well, okay, well, let me get the bio real quick. Nirvana High Paladin is a level 10 Dark Spellcaster Synchro Pendulum effect monster with 3,300 attack and 2,500 defense and an 8 scale. His normal summoning condition is just 1 tuner and a non-tuner synchro monster, but his other condition is that you can treat a pendulum monster as a tuner for his summon specifically. that definitely gives Pendulum users an edge when summoning this guy, especially since if you do it by that method, you get to basically recycle any card in your graveyard back to your hand. And it doesn't also help the fact that if he destroys a monster by battle, he will have your opponent's life points.
Yep. Big stuff.
Makes him a very strong monster.
Absolutely. And 3,300 attack. He's going to be getting over a lot of things and halving people's life points.
That's definitely the translation of an anime effect in general.
Mm-hmm.
And when he gets destroyed, he'll be sent to the Pendulum Zone, which then, if a Pendulum monster you control attacks for battle, then he'll basically be that Pendulum monster will be immune to battle damage and destruction, and also it does something similar to like an honest effect.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to see because like my scroll bar is actually blocking part of the effect.
Yeah,
but
I'll get that too.
Yeah.
I'm fighting with
now,
it as well.
my main issue is that, unlike the main issue here, I see is that Nirvana High in some situations can be too slow for certain decks, but in other decks it can be pretty easy to get out. Like, I can make it easily in my Metalphosis deck, but I will get to that when I get into like a deck profile for them.
Cool. So
Now all we need is a ritual pendulum deck, pendulum card.
We need a fusion pendulum.
Toby, you've been trying out this card a bit as well. What do you see success with Nirvana High Paladin?
For me, I've been using it as like gimmicky purposes, just to like try to kill my opponent faster than usual. I haven't really like used them as like a main focus type of thing, but he is a really good card. I want to mention.
Is he basically just like an extra deck option that you want to keep around, such as say like having I don't know, like your rank 8 box? You don't need everything in it, but there's certain things which you just want in certain situations. Is that kind of what High Paladin is going to be treated as?
Yeah, I would say so myself.
Yeah, cool. But Nirvana High Paladin, very unique. Definitely look out for this one. Now, here's the one. I'm going to go for this one now. I'm going to actually swap the order. This one I think everyone should be watching out for is Floodgate Trap Hole.
My boy!
This card is amazing. I love this card. I know RB loves this card. It's such a great card to really sum it off.
For those who don't know, Floodgate Trap Hole is basically, if you know Quaking Mirror Force, it's basically that put into a trap hole normal spell. Or normal trap.
It's another
trap.
It's another trap hole, but does not target. Has a pretty generic condition. All it cares about is if your opponent summons. That's amazing. That's really, really useful. Which makes it so versatile. And all it does is it just turns your opponent's monster that was summoned or monsters face down, and they can't change position. This is so good in some situations because you don't necessarily want to be destroying your opponent's cards because they can maybe use them in the graveyard. If you can just have them either on the field sitting around doing nothing, and there are so many ways to get around that. It's such a great card.
The best option, in my opinion, though, Floodgate Trap Hole when they use a Pendulum Summon of 5. Oh god,
I know, it's great.
Yep.
That will hurt until the next generation.
I love it. I love it when it happens.
I just love how splashable this card is. It's just so... It's such an easy out to so many situations. I think it's... In some situations, I feel like it's better than Time Space because you don't have to worry about LP. Even though I love you guys saying that LP don't matter, but I feel like it's more splashable.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much.
No, I know. You can put this in your side deck for multiple decks. You can... like say Time Space again. That's something you only want against, let's say, maybe Cosmos and... extra deck stuff, but if you're playing,
loves this card.
But if you're playing against Monarchs, Time Space ain't gonna help you too much. Whereas Floodgate kind of works in all situations, which I just think is so good.
Now,
not to mention Traptrix Rafelsia loves this card a lot.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Now here's the thing as well, because people know me as a Ghost Trick player. Of course, I use this card a lot because, well, that's the whole point of the deck. And the thing is that I've been using a tech card in the deck being Traptrix Vermilio, because when she's normal summon, you get to search a trap hole card. So I just search this card directly for my deck.
Yep, it's just so good.
And it has been very stupid.
And that is why
let's get the elephant out of the room.
That's why Floodgate Trap Hole is an ultra rare. It's gonna be hard to get your hands on, but people are going to be going for this card for sure.
And time for the elephant in the room, Pot of Desires, aka Pot of Cupidity, aka Pot of Stupidity.
The last card, which people need to definitely be keeping an eye. If you pull this
Now-
card, consider yourself very, very lucky.
Mind me take my first crack at this?
Go for it.
Okay, Pot of Desires, Pot of Stupidity, Pot of Cupidity, whatever you want to call it, is basically you banish the top 10 cards of your deck face down in order to draw 2. Now, in my opinion, I can understand why some people like to use this card, but in my opinion, just wasting your deck just for 2 draws, that's kind of stupid. Like, I get some of the justifications they use. Some of the justifications are, if you triple out on many of the cards in your deck, then the chance of getting out of all the cards of that one specific that be banished by the effect is low. Sure, but there's also another factor in play. What if you draw the other 2 Pot of Desires? This happened about a couple times in which Pot of Cupidity, he banished the top 10 cards of his deck, only to draw for his 2 draws to be Pot of Cupidity.
Now, can I say something real quick?
That's either just bad luck or it's just.
I get that's bad luck, but my main issue is the fact that you're basically wasting a quarter of your deck to get 2 draws.
I feel like in a way it's just it's too luck based.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. It depends. I feel like it depends on what type of deck you're running. If you've got a deck which is incredibly consistent and versatile, and you really aren't relying on getting certain combo pieces to make it work, then you don't need all 40 cards in your deck. And getting 2 on demand, I feel like is really, really useful.
Like,
now, can I piggyback on that real quick, Sean?
Yeah, go for it.
In terms of Pot of Cupidity, like, it's better to fucking draw. It's better to draw 2 rather than just playing like a two turn duel where you won't ever see cards in your hand anyways. It's better to get that type of option and like
that. I agree. Like, what's better, like a 2-turn duel in which they could just Cupidity, or just waste 2 turns for 2 meaningful draws that can work.
So I mean,
not only that, but I also want to say is though, like, there's a card ruling now where you could actually see the cards that you put face down. The only thing is you can't actually interact with them because they're
because they've been laid face down. Technically, by their own interactions, they are unconfirmed cards. So like, the only real card that you can use to bring them back would be like freaking Necroface, who will shuffle all banished cards back into the decks.
So, I mean, Pot of Cupidity has been a really, really hot topic around the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community for months. Until as soon as people started knew this card existed, people have been talking about this card a lot. And what I wanted just to show off is that there have some people in the community who have gone out of their way to share their successes with this, as well as their gripes of it. That's why it's called Pot of Cupidity. But I found this really cool article on Reddit, which is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Stats, Pot of Desires, the Hard Cold Math. And it's basically, long story short, this person called Yugioh Yeoman, who did the math on how beneficial is it to run Pot of Desires. And the TLDR of it is that it offers a 3 to 5% boost.
I'm sorry about that.
It offers a 3 to 5% boost to your likelihood of drawing any given card in your opening hand. And
I'm sorry about that. My headset keeps falling off.
All right, just mute your mic. And then sorry, yeah, that's my train of thought. So, Pot of Desires offers a 3 to 5% boost to your likelihood of drawing into any given card in your opening hand. And for many decks, the benefits will outweigh the cons. I myself, I'm not necessarily going to be confident enough to run Pot of Cupidity in anything that I normally do, or Pot of Desires, I should say. But I will say that recently, actually no, it was 3 months ago, a guy won a 128-person tournament in the OCG using 60 card Metal Foes, along with 3 Pot of Cupidity. So it can work, but it's really bad taste.
Overall, my opinion on this card is I really love this card because there's been times where I like drew into this card and I'll be like, yes, I actually needed these 2 draws, and sure enough, they like help me for the most part.
Absolutely.
Especially with my deck that I've been testing with my Hieratic Kaijus and stuff. I've noticed that I haven't like dumped out or like banished any of the cards that I actually need, like such as the 2 tuner monsters that I need to go for Ultimate Token. Usually, most of the time, I never see those cards in there, so that's a plus.
In my opinion, though, I'm firmly against this card. Like, I'm more like the person who I like Dan. Like, I prefer fun duels, for example. But this card just does not help the fact that we're still in the game where we're willing to waste not only just 10 cards of a quarter of our deck, but half of our life points. I just don't like what this card stands for in terms of the games. Like, they're basically, in my opinion, just like when I first saw this card, I thought it was going to be one of the worst cards of all time. But ever since the OCG started using it, key examples being like, just literally like, if you look at every OCG deck list, they will run like triple pot capability, and probably the biggest offender of this, to my ever hate, is one of my favorite archetypes in the game, DDD.
Yep.
And how, because of the fact that they justify using these product capabilities by maxing out on practically every monster and card that they need.
So yeah, that's part of Desires. Such a controversial card. It's kind of fun that such a single card can bring out so much discussion and so much debate and so much opinions on it.
Like, my only time that I've ever willingly used this card is in a gimmicky deck based around banishing cards. Like, you give me that golden homunculus, for example.
Cool. Now, what I'm wondering is, in regards to the TCG, this is the untouched ground. No one's really gonna know where this is gonna go. In regards to the TCG, are we gonna see Pot of Desires being run in many people's decks? Are we gonna see it in Cosmos? Are we gonna see it in Monarchs? Are we gonna see it in Pendulums? Probably not Pendulums.
Honestly, right now,
Yeah, probably not.
Honestly, it's probably not going to be making any impacts now. Post Worlds, though, we don't know yet because we don't know the ban list. The ban list can change many factors when it comes to this.
Exactly.
Exactly, like, depending on what gets hit in the TCG, like, for example, like, say the appropriate Monarch hits get hit, they can just divulge into just every Monarch deck that's played in the meta being a Tzolk'in Monarch deck. Or, like, Big Stagofu. Or, like, for Cosmos, like, they can adopt the frickin' It's just an unconfirmed mess at this point.
Yeah, we can't really say, but definitely one to watch out for anyone that is going out, buying packs, looking for TDIL. These 5 cards are big money cards. Keep your eye out for them. If you pull them, let us know. And then let us know how much you're going to sell them on eBay for. And if you want to send some money this way, buy us a drink or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to move on into some deck building using some of the new cards in TDIL. Now, we haven't really decided what everyone's doing yet. Unfortunately, I am not very prepared to be building any decks. But the archetypes which we were talking about, if I'm just scrolling and kind of killing for time right now, the archetypes which we looked at were... There we go. Yes.
We have the poster child, like one of the main decks that was featured in this set, that being the Dark Magician support.
You got Dark Magicians, Metalfoes, Tremids, Spirals, Subterrors, and Paleozoic. What's it gonna say? Necro has already said you want to do. I'm sorry.
I'll take the Metalfoes.
You want to do Metalfoes? I was gonna do Dark Magicians, but I'm thinking 2 things. One, next week may actually be a Magician week, and I might end the week on Dark Magicians and focusing on then. And 2, if I really want to go do, I'm gonna plug this dude. I'll plug this dude every single week. If I really want to get a Dark Magician build, I could just steal Ravon 619's build, because we did a game against each and he already
It's so true.
He already did all the testing I need. So Dark Magicians, I'm gonna keep off, but it is such a good thing. We'll be getting back to DMs. Definitely getting back to them. Arby, did you have an idea of what one you wanted to take? And Toby?
I want to take Pot of Cupidity or Pot of Desires.
That's we'll need a deck too.
We already did that.
Oh, decks. Well, I have it in a couple of decks that I have, if that's alright.
Sorry, what deck?
Oh, my Heretic Kaijus.
No. I need one from TDIL, man. You got.
We're talking about
okay.
decks from
You got Tremids, Spirals, Subterra, Paleozoic. Yeah, those are your options. or trains. But there we.
I'll
yeah.
take.
I'll do train since I
I'm taking that right away. You ain't getting it.
You ain't taking them trains. Dan's
I
gonna hijack it.
I am not letting you have that trade. That is my shit right there.
I'm gonna call dibs on Palio. Actually, well, I don't know. Tell me you go for what.
You know, I don't really care. It's just like
I'll take
train.
train.
Like
We can just discuss.
'Cause I already created a deck. That's why I don't know how the other decks work.
I can just give brief examples on most, just like what each deck does.
Well, we can help each other.
it's just
out.
like it's the whole thing and how I don't know any of the other decks either.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of in this kind of same kind of being like.
I guess you can play
maybe
me level
think
with
of as
some
maybe
of the
Spiral.
decks.
Spiral and Termids. That's like the only thing I can maybe do.
Ravon619 says no talk about magical something. We did talk about magical something actually, way at the beginning, dude. And what's up to Jalen? How you doing, Jalen, man? So yeah, I tell you what. Why don't we put it? Actually, no, we ain't got that many people.
I'm sorry. What?
Who's slurping into the mic?
Is it Necro? Necro, stop, Necro.
that?
What is that? What? Okay.
Okay, Necro died.
What does that sound? Oh,
Maybe it wasn't
sound-
slurp. Maybe it was like device or whatever.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what then. I'll start us off. While we sort out Necro. What I want to have a
Necro's still getting static, huh?
What I want to do is I want to have a look at Paleozoics. I think they're super interesting, and I think they're going to be a nice fun deck to kind of run. So I'm going to clear my deck out here, and I'm going to show you guys this one and really just talk about what I think they can do. So we've got, like I said earlier on, all the Paleozoic cards are trap cards except for the XEs.
Sean, I will say this just to keep in mind.
Yeah?
Paleozoic, all of them are mandatory.
Yeah, I know that. So, it's Paleozoic. We got Paleozoic Pikaia. How this one works is discard one Paleozoic card and draw 2 cards. So they're normal trap cards, which you can flip over and activate. Once per turn, or once per chain, when a trap card is activated while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this monster. Special summon it as a monster, and it's not treated as a trap card, as a level 2 Aqua Water level monster. And if it's summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects. Also, banish it when it leaves the field. So you've got a card which really can be reused quite often. It's got a pseudo Destiny draw effect, or yeah, I'll say D-draw. So this is kind of your draw engine card of getting cards in your graveyard, and then you can go into some rank 2, such as using Paleozoic animal. I don't know how to say that. Do you know what I'm gonna go do now? I'm actually gonna say what the boss card is, so that you guys know what you're working towards.
They got 2 of them.
Do they? I see 1.
Yeah. That's because the other one didn't get the name changed yet.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
It's Burgostoma.
What was the Ophania?
Type in Opabina. Opabina.
All these other Burgostomas, are they not out in the TCG yet?
No, they are not.
Okay, so
like they are they're still part of the same deck. It's just that they are not TCG yet. The only ones that we got
are the 4 on the screen right now.
Those were the 4 original ones and their XCs that were first released. Yeah. The other ones are the
is it good now?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just gonna focus on the TCG ones. I'm not gonna focus on the OCG ones.
Honestly, like, what the hell?
It's sad because the OCG is actually really good.
Of course, as it always is.
It always is. But anyway.
Alright, so what's up?
Yeah.
Sean's gonna be making Burgostoma, but he's gonna be making TCG Burgostoma.
Well, these are all gonna have to be TCG.
TCG only?
Yeah, man. Not everyone.
Honestly, trust me, man. Trust me. Puts hand on Sean's shoulder. You're better off not making these TCG only.
Well, any of these decks not worth doing TCG only?
Like, okay, that's mostly what I'm
Like,
saying
okay,
right now is
I will say
mostly
this,
just-
like, Bergostoma or Paleozoic, whatever you want to call it, is kind of the only offender of this.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Here's the main issue, because with Paleozoic, they got a brand new ruling or wording to their TCG translations that are not in the OCG. And you could probably see just by comparing the two. Just look up Burgess.
Well, yeah, I'm not, you can just give me a rundown on it, but I'm not going to look it up right now.
Pretty.
So the original ruling is that when a trap card is activated on this field while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon. That's the thing. But in Paleozoic's case, it's a required once per chain.
Ah, okay.
And because the fact that once per chain, it basically neutered the deck's power in a sense.
I see. So we'll leave Paleozoics then, but that's a shame that they kind of got made into that way. But once again, because this is a TDIL sneak peek, these decks do need to be appropriate for current TCG environment. So keep that in mind when you come to your building. So I'm gonna have to switch it up. Then I'm gonna have to go for something else. Since Paleozoics are really not worth doing right now. Let me have a look at the list again. I'll go for Spirals. I'll look at Spirals.
Spiral's fine
Can I
because.
do Dark Magician?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Okay,
for
I take trains. Yay! I call it right now. No one getting trains. Fine.
Fair enough. Do you know what?
I'm fine. I'm just being a stink right now.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Now we've done Spirals before in the past. In fact, Bjorn did actually a really good Spiral build, and this is gonna save me from doing a lot of work. But to kind of break them down, like I said earlier, Spirals are an archetype which seems. Konami haven't officially said it, but it seems to take some kind of inspiration from Konami's own series of Metal Gear Solid, and also very similar to James Bond, with the main card Super Agent being your main card, your Super Agent. I wouldn't call him Snake, but I'll call him maybe James Bond kind of ish, with punk hair. Quick Fix looking incredibly similar to Otacon from Metal Gear. Drone being basically what delivers your Amazon deliveries nowadays. And then Big Red being an amazing card. So I'm going to break them down, and then I'm just going to go into the build that we had earlier and show you guys what it looked like. So there are only 4 cards, and if I go back to the list real quick, one thing which you should be aware of if you want to build your own Spiral deck in real life is that Super Agent is an ultra rare, rest all the others are only rare cards. So he's the hardest one to get, but he's also pretty much your best card in the deck, arguably. And how Super Agent works is that if this card is in your hand, you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap. Reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, special summon this card if it is a card of that type. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Spiral card, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. And you can only use each effect of Spiral Super Agent. I want to say, I guess it says once per turn, but I can't actually scroll down.
Yeah, it's once per turn.
Yeah, it's once per turn. So yeah, so basically you want to open with this card, you want to call out whatever, but and then you want to try and special summon this if you can and destroy your opponent's back row. It's a decent card, it's a level 4 warrior, it's okay, it's decent for what it is, and you probably want to run all of these at 3, but we'll get into that in a bit. Quick Fix is a card which is a level 1 Earth Machine type card, so you got Machine and you got Warriors. This card is, this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Spiral Gear card from your deck to your hand, so it's a Searcher. If this card is in your graveyard and you control Spiral Super Agent, you can discard one card and special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Now you may be wondering why you want to do that, or why you want to bring this level 1 card out. Well, it lets you get more gears out, and we'll get into gears right now. I'm going to assume there are going to be more Spiral Gears in the future. We don't know, we haven't heard about them. But we've got 1 so far, and we've got Spiral Gear Drone. And how this card works...
We have 2.
Do we have 2? What's it? 2. Oh, we've got Big Red, yeah.
Big Red's also a gear. So gear is also classified as monsters and also as spells.
Gotcha. Alright, so that's important to keep in mind then. If you special summon, Quick Fix, or normal summon, you can search out the spell card or the monster card. So yeah, definitely there. Thank you for that there, Crow. Drone, level 1 monster, level 1 machine. You can if you normal special summon it, you look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, place them in any order, so that helps with your Super Agent and getting him to be special summoned. Maybe if you have them in your hand, you might want to play Drone first, do the order setup, and then bring out Super Agent to destroy some back row. During either player's turn, you contribute this card and target one spiral monster you control. It gains 500 attack for each card your opponent controls. You can banish this card and one spiral card from your graveyard, then target one spiral super agent in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's got recovery, it's got power boosted. It's a very, very flexible card, and it really, as if I switch to chat, as Jaden is suggesting in the chat, spirals do have some kind of OTK potential if you can get them off. And finally, we've got Spiral Gear Big Red, which is pretty much a premature burial, but for spirals only, which makes this being a searchable card so good. Activate this card by targeting one spiral monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and it can't be destroyed by battle, and you can only do this once per turn. So that's kind of... So go on.
See, for spirals though, I have seen a couple of builds, but one of the builds I think that works one of the best is actually a sort of a rank 1 spam deck.
Are you talking about with such as like a Mystic Piper kind of thing?
Sort of, I guess you could say. Like, my build doesn't include Mystic Piper. It's more so just like, for example, it has like Ghost Rick Jack Frost, it has Kinkas and such to make like rank 1s in general. Like, the real main goal that I see is like, in terms of OTKs. Now, this is actually what's broke. Drone is probably one of the most broken cards in terms of OTKs. And
Mostly, I can vouch for this because if you didn't know this, Sean, but look at Drone's attack gain effect.
Yeah, it's 500 per card. I know.
It's
permanent.
It's a permanent game.
Yeah, I know.
Well, here's the thing. I had a replay.
Also, by the way, it's not once per turn. You can call the Haunted it or Big Red it back, and you can do it again.
Yeah.
And again and again.
It's really, really... it's what kind of this archetype needs, because this archetype doesn't have a lot of power, and I'm not just talking about attack, but in terms of, say, like, I don't know, you've got level 1s mixed with a level 4, there's not really any synergy, you can't do like a rank 4 box with that.
Well, here, like, this is the thing, like, I've actually seen 3 different types of builds.
Are you saying you've seen these builds, or have you made those builds?
I've not made them, but I've seen them.
Okay, cool.
And they've been thankfully provided to us by the YG organization. Thank you, YG organization. The first build, called Spiral Number 1, is, like I said, basically a rank 1 spamish type deck. Like, the main issue with them is their primary level is level 1, so that's what lets them do that easy. The next thing, you can do what's called the Dark Spy Crow, which is freaking a dark synchro build, but for these guys, to get some more spamming in. Probably one of the ones that I find is pretty interesting. Spiral Embargo is what I'm calling this build, or what they call it as well. Pretty much the deck is centered around the only monsters you're running in the entire deck are just all the spiral monsters. But the rest of the deck is centered around getting your opponent's cards, like making sure that your opponent you have like Cloak and Dagger, you have DD Designator,
oh my God.
also
Doge.
you have my Hounds. So I'll end it here while I mute the mic and go get pizza.
Wow.
Oh, that was helpful.
That was premature.
Alright, so I'm going to try and put together, because I've actually lost the build that we had originally, so I'm going to try and basically put together what a spiral kind of either engine or a deck could kind of be, or what kind of things kind of help this stuff out. I feel like for this deck, if you want to run out this deck, you want to run 3 super agents, you want to run 3 quick fix, and you want to run 3 drone. They're just too important not to have at 3. Ideally, in your opening hand, you want to get maybe a drone in order to stack your opponent's deck in a certain way, or you want to get out a quick fix in order to do some searching. Really, a variety of those each would be great. Also, you want 3 quick Big Red too. With those at 3, we're going to think about what kind of cards can kind of support these or help them run better as they do. One card obviously is Reinforcement of the Army, because you have a warrior monster. Fortunately, you only have one of these, but that's more than fine. Now, the majority of your level 1 monsters are machines, and they have less than 500 attack, so what you can very much do in this deck is try and run machine duplication with them. Normal summon 1, and then special summon the others from your deck, and thanks to Quick Fix and Drone, their effects activate when you special summon them as well. and if I'm not mistaken, drone is not once per turn either. So
Nope.
you will still get tons of searches. If you can open with one of these guys and a machine duplication in your opening turn, you're pretty much singing pretty right there.
I'm just trying to think of the rest of the cards that I need for this train deck as I'm building it.
Okay. Now, let me have a think. Now, what you would ideally want is something that can really kind of support these out here. I'm going to do a quick search of machines. Let's have a quick look. I mean, the idea is you really want to kind of boost up Super Agent's attack as much as you can so that you can kind of swing and do some damage. So you would want things to, such as your generic background removal, your generic monster removal, so you got a nice clear field. Obviously, Super Agent kind of helps with that, but things which also work out here are things like limited removal for the double attack gain, and I want to have a quick look and see if there's any kind of special rank 1 monsters which you can use in this deck.
There is. There's Dullahan.
There's Dullahan. You got Sylvan Princess Sprite. We've got.
There's not really too many good ones.
No, but you wouldn't really need too many because like if you were going for a rank 1, it would maybe be able to just like say avoid them being destroyed.
There is some like if you wanted to try something, you can do Embodiment of Crime and Punishment.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to go down that route.
I mean,
think it would be taken away from. I think that would be taken away from. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that'd be taken away from the actual deck. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could do Number Archive and have more number monsters in the extra deck.
Yeah, that's a thing too. Oh, that's OCG though.
But sadly, that's it. But
overall, I mean, I'm not gonna go through and try and make an entire Spiral deck. KRB would taking way too long, but really, that's kind of just what they're about. They're all kind of about searching and adding cards to the hand, and then really trying to boost up Super Agent's attack quite a lot. I feel like the only thing we need with this decks is just more options to deal with more situations. Really would just help this deck out quite a bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna drag it anymore. I'm out of ideas for spirals. Does anybody else want to go next with their deck build?
I mean, I can go with trains while I'm still building it.
Can I ask something real quick? What's that card that summons Dark Magician of Chaos? Currently building Dark Magician.
Isn't it
Light and Darkness or something?
I think it was Dedication through Light and Darkness.
All right, appreciate it.
Cool. All right,
dude. Man.
Now we did do trains. I think it was last week, maybe. We did.
No, I don't. Wait, you did?
Yeah, I think we did do trains last week. So have a quick look at what's on the screen. Do you have a build which is any vastly different from this one?
I mean, I'll wait for it to pop. Yes, it is actually vastly different.
Cool. So talk to me about your version of trains.
It's definitely more of a trying to be a faster paced rank 10 build.
No, are you saying that because they're trains?
Of course.
Okay, fair enough.
It's trains. It's a rank 10 build. What do you expect?
Oh no, I was just thinking about faster paced. Well, that bump. Anyway, so
I hate you.
Let's go for trains. Talk to me about what you have.
Well, first of all, pretty much standard. Night Express Knight and Derricrane.
What do I need to search in to get all these up? See, the thing with the trains, you can't just search up train and then they all are there, sadly. So let's get Night Express Knight.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Necro.
I'm so sorry for the dog explosion.
It's fine.
It's fine.
So where are we at now?
We were doing trains now.
All right, cool.
So yeah, Night Express for Knight and Derricrane.
Derricrane, yep.
Max out.
Both at 3. Next being Malefic Cyber End Dragon.
Yep.
At 2, fine. Next is two different monsters. Well, one monster that I never really saw in your build. That being a monster by the name of Meta Ion, the Time Lord.
Oh, that bastard! I hate that card so much. Meta Ion. Let me find you. There you go. Meta Ion, the Time Lord. Yep. Two of those?
Pretty much because, two of them, because he is actually a really nice monster because it's like something like, oh, it's Chaos Max or something, you can't really get over it.
No, I think he's really good.
Well, yeah, you just summon him out and you could just deal with them.
Yep.
Next, Exodius.
Exodius, yep.
So he's the ultimate forbidden lord. Let's go.
How many copies?
Three of him because of how easy it is to summon him.
Gotcha.
Like, actually, most builds I see, usually you run only one, but...
Get out.
Since this is going to be more of rank 10, because we actually have so many good rank 10 monsters. Next is one I'm not sure if you're running this or not, Tragodia.
What's his name, sorry?
Tragodia.
How sorry, say it one more time.
Tragodia.
Tragodia, yeah. How many?
2.
2, yep.
Even though he's at 3, we only have 2 of them.
Yep.
Next, that's actually it for the rank 10s. Yes, we have a lot of them, but they're easy to summon out.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Ruffian Railcar.
Free?
Yep. And last but not least is a card that I actually really do like with the deck, and it's called Express Train Trolley Ollie.
Yep.
How many of those?
Probably
2 of
cards
them.
are really interesting cards.
Just because if you don't really know what he does, is that when he's used for an Xyz summon, he gives the monster 800 more attack.
Yep.
So in this case, say bring him out as a super dimensional robot galaxy destroyer, you have a 58 beat stick.
Cool.
Of course, we have 3 revolving switchyard.
Yep, 3 revolving switchyard. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, 1 train connection. Just because it's always fun to have the train connection. 3 terraforming because we want to get into the switchyard as much as possible. If we don't, if we have something that, if we have an effect that can just discard a card, we can just get rid of the terraforming if it's dead. Allure of Darkness because we actually have a decent amount of dark monsters with this, so we can actually afford to banish something.
How many allures?
2 max.
Yep.
Last being Raigeki, Soul Charge, 1 Day of Peace, and Upstart. We want to get draw power in this.
Keep going. Keep going.
And so you got everything in there?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm catching up.
Next being 3 Reckless Greed. Like I said, we want draw power with this. Trains don't really care about not having a draw phase when we have revolving switchyard. We can just get into our monsters automatically. As well as rank 10s, we have a wall by the name of Metal Reflect Slime.
Could you elaborate on that a bit more, please?
What?
On how Reckless Greed synergizes with this deck?
Mostly it's that, like we said, we want to get into our stuff as fast as possible. And because of, it says we skip our next 2 draw phases, but really, we have revolving switchyard. When we summon out machine monsters, we can just summon out machine monsters directly from our deck. It doesn't really matter much. Because we can just get our Xyz monsters anyway.
Cool.
Next being Metal Reflect Slime. 3k defense trap monster.
How many
But pretty
copies?
much 2.
Okay.
The annoying card of this deck, Skill Drain. Because we have a little thing called Drain Trains. And then Solemn Warning.
Very nice. Looks like a very solid... Almost said solemn field. Anyway.
And then as we're going through the extra deck...
Are they all rank 10s to begin with?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can filter that.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I was missing one. So in this case, we have first starting out 2 Cyber End Dragon. We need fusions for Malefic.
Oh, okay. Take the filters off. Okay. Yep. Cyber End.
Now you can put the filter. Well, actually, no. Just leave the filters off because because in this case we have 7 Sins, Pain Gainer, and Ravenous Tarantula all at 1.
Jalen says, honestly, I don't think you need Trollioli because if you look at the monsters, what monsters are going to run over 3,200 plus?
Chaos Max Dragon. I mean,
Because,
it's
like
like
in this day and age, it's nice to in this day and age as well is that it gives us another target besides Ruffian Railcar. Like, yeah, we're giving, like, yes, we're giving, like, yeah, Ruffian Railcar is pretty much the best target for it, but remember, as well as, I don't know, we have these big beat stick monsters that are hard to get over, such as Chaos Max. We got Blue Eyes and their shenanigans. So it's like, as well, like, you get what I'm talking about.
If I was to ask Jalen, if you were not to have Trolley Ollie, what would you take out for it and what would you put in? Is your suggestion? While he does that, Arby, carry on.
All right, so you got the 3 Exceed monsters in. Being seven sins.
Ravon says effects mean you don't really need to run over it. Okay.
I think he's mostly it's like effects are so strong in this day and age that.
Well, here's the problem. Also, like we need beat sticks with this deck as well.
Yeah,
Trolley
like,
Ollie provides it.
Yeah, Trolley Ollie provides it.
Like it can give you just enough. Like for example. Use Trolley Ollie and Night Express Knight on Gungari Die.
Yeah, Gungari Day, which means he gets over 4K.
Yeah, he'll get like at least 4,200 attack, which will give you that 200 you just need to get over a Chaos Max.
Oh, what's up, Hollis?
On the field.
I am gonna slightly agree with Jalen. I do feel like Chaos Max is one thing, but I don't feel like Trolley Ollie would be your go-to out for Chaos Max. I feel like you would, if you were worried about Chaos Max, you would be trying to get other ways to get over it, maybe through your rank 10 box, or maybe even Metalon, or Meta Iron. Sorry, I call it Metalon.
I usually just push myself to one Trolley Ollie for those reasons.
But what I was gonna say is, what else does Trolley Ollie add to this deck besides his effect? Is he does he synergize with anything? Does he give you more targets or anything? How else?
Yeah, he gives you more targets for revolving switch yard.
Right, which is an effect where you can special summon one level 4 machine type monster with 1800 or more attack from your deck, which at the moment is only targets are Ruffian and Trolley Ollie, isn't it?
Trolley Ollie. Yeah, but that's the only ones that we need.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, cool.
As well as just getting over that beat stick level so that we can pretty much run over anything, as well as making it so that pretty much it makes it so that we're unstoppable depending on the monster that we bring out.
Cool. I have another question, but I'm going to save it until we finish this build. Let's go for the extra deck. Sorry, you talked about 7 Sins. I'll be doing the 7 Sins engine.
Yep.
Are the 7 Sins out in the TCG?
Yep.
Let me get that up then. Why can't I find it?
Wait a minute. Let me see.
7 Sins.
Yep. 7 Sins. Pain Gainer, and then Ravenous Tarantula.
Hey, Hollis Springer, how are you doing, man? Right now we are focusing on cards or decks which have been... let me say that again. We are focusing on new cards being released in the TDIL or the Dark Illusion box set, which was released 2 days ago. And we're building decks from that. Right now we're looking at the new train cards, building a brand new train deck. Sorry, RB, we had Ravenous Tarantula, Pain Gainer, and 7 Sins.
Yep, so you got that in?
Yep.
Alright, next is going to be Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. Just put in Destroyer.
I freaking love that name. I love that he's like
it's powerful.
He's an 80s cartoon robot too.
Yeah, we'll have one of him. Next we have is number 99, Utopic Dragon.
Yep.
Just because of him being able to target number monsters in the graveyard and summon them, like, is the way as well as that if we don't bring out 7 Sins, we can just bring out Ravenous Tarantula and then bring it and then go into that. And being able to just negate any monster effect as well, which monster effects are probably some of the stronger effects that are in this.
Jalen says he just thought of something. He's not saying to put it in, but he just thought about something. Could you use machine duplication with Express Knight? Well, Express Knight, if it's someone without tribute, does come to 0 attack. So technically, yes, you could use machine duplication with Express Knight.
Technically you can.
Cool. All right, what's next?
But really, is it worth it?
I love seeing machine duplication with Cyber Dragon.
It's just, like, in my opinion, it's not really worth it too much, just because of, you're not really going to be getting too many searches because of Ruffian Railcar, because Ruffian Railcar can only search Earth level 10 machine monsters, that being Night Express Knight and
Yeah,
Darren
he wasn't saying we should do it. Just saying as an example.
Oh, okay.
Just
My
saying,
bad.
could you not do it? Yeah.
Anyway, next being, what was it? Oh, right. Chaos Dyson Sphere.
Chaos what?
Chaos Dyson Sphere.
Dyson
C.
sphere. Dyson. Oh, like the vacuum cleaner.
DYSON.
Did you call it Chaos Dyson sphere?
Yep.
Oh, is that
The level 10, the rank 10.
I'm not feeling.
Because
I thought I was
because
my bad.
because Chaos Dyson Sphere is actually a very nice monster.
3 level 10s, kind of costly.
Yeah, but then again, it's trains. It's not that hard.
Cool. Alright, I don't want
And
you to explain every single card, RB. Just tell us what we got in the extra deck.
Yeah, and then next, Sky Palace Gungari Day.
Unless they're new to the set, then definitely.
Yeah, so Gungari Day. Then next being the last monsters, if I remember, which is actually just Dora and which is just
Dora and Gustav.
Yeah, Dora and Gustav both at 3.
Is one of those new to the set?
Dora is.
Dora is. Why don't you explain what Dora does?
Yeah.
Dora is the newest rank 10 for the machines, or the super dreadnought monsters, pretty much.
Is it even considered that, considering the fact that it's there's only 2 super dreadnought monsters?
Yeah, in this case,
basically, Dora is a 4K body that has a Felgrind effect,
where it's able to detach a material during either player's turn, target a face-up monster on the field, and it's unaffected by card effects except for its own until the end of the turn.
I can't tell what I'm looking at. What am I seeing in this picture? I'm seeing the awesome machine, but what am I seeing in the sky? Is it 10?
You're seeing its number, which is 81.
Yeah, like
every number monster has that on it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, every
somewhere
number monster somewhere on their body will have that part.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mind blown. What the?
Why don't you look at Ravenous, look at Ravenous Tarantula, Pain Gainer, and Seven Sins. They all have their numbers on.
Look at Big Eye. Big Eye has 11 on its ring.
Yep.
Okay, I need to find 101 on an arc. That's one I use all the time. Tell me, how could I have not seen this? Where is it on an arc?
It's on its fist.
He has a fist?
It's on the left side. It's actually because
wow.
Because 101 turns into C101, which then it pretty much transforms.
Oh, I never knew that. Oh, that's crazy.
Literally, this is probably the best aspect of Zexal, in my opinion. Like, screw the dub in what it does to like the characters. What I loved and what kept me watching Zexal was how whenever they declared the monster's name, like in glowing lights, they would do the monster's number, then show like a shape that will
Hollis,
do that monster.
Pretty much with the Zexal anime, there was in total 100 numbers.
Yeah, even though they went beyond that even.
Yeah, they don't.
Only the Barians had the numbers that were beyond 100, all the way up to 107.
Okay, so we're on 11 cards. We got 4 more cards left. What were they?
That was... Oh, no. Dora and Gustav were all at 3.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, cool. So there's an example of a train build.
Because these 2 monsters are pretty much the thing that we're going to be making the most.
I want to ask you, if you earlier on you said that you want to in this deck you want to get to your cards A.
You want to get to your pieces as best as possible. Like, Trains is a deck where you need to kill your opponent as fast as possible. If you can't do that, it's kind of hard to survive in the long run.
So, me playing Devil's Advocate, here's my question to you. Why run 20 monsters?
Mostly because, yeah, we have the resources for all these rank 10s, but it's more like having the level 4s because of revolving switch yard. It helps in the long run.
Excellent answer. Yeah, and
Because you have Ruffian Railcar that can search into Night Express, Knight, and Derek Crane, the best rank 10 level 10s that there are, as well as Trolley Ollie giving you that extra 800 attack.
And I was gonna point out that Malefic, Exodius, Tragodia, and Derek Crane are all cards with inherent summons or effects that summon them naturally. So go nuts, have fun with that.
Yep.
Cool.
As well as Jalen was saying, Door is go to the first turn.
That would be if you can get down the first turn. Wow.
It's most likely because of this build, you're gonna be able to.
Right, so let's move on to Toby. Toby, you ready, man?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick disclaimer real quick. This Dark Magician deck that I just now made, like literally just now made, is nowhere near as good as Ravon's Dark Magician deck. It's probably, if for all we know, it could be like the worst Dark Magician deck ever. But I just wanted to see what I could come up with. I just wanted to make something, out of my head. So
it's fine.
Let's
like I said, we are here to show off what TDIO has given to us. That's all it is, really.
Chris,
right.
how the 101 series usually works is that you just use it with rank 4 decks, to be honest, and have it like with Variance Force and stuff. So pretty much it's like how you would use the over 100s with the Chaos Exceeds is that you just have sort of a deck that revolves around their kind of rank, and then just have rank up magic with it.
Yeah, really, the over 100 monsters, 101 to 107, are pretty unique in how they're basically used by our quote-unquote villains.
Yeah, it's like on how Battle and Boxer, well, like you can do Battle and Boxer with it. You can actually do rank up Fire Fist if you even wanted to.
Cool. Alright, let's get into Dark Magicians. Toby, what do you got for us, dude?
Alright, starting off, we got 3 Dark Magicians. Obviously.
Of course.
No, before we, I'm sorry, we gotta do this. Before we go into this deck any further, what's the best Dark Magician artwork?
Is
Oh
this
my
seriously?
God.
Let's
In my
find it out.
opinion,
We got. Let me show it for the stream real quick, so that everyone can see what we're gonna pick, what we have to choose from. But you've got so many different variations. You got the OG one.
I actually, what's
2,
funny? I actually used
3,
3 different variations
4,
for 3 Dark
3
Magicians.
different variations.
6, 7.
Yeah.
7 different variations. What is your favorite? You gotta pick your
Now,
favorite.
for me, with this deck, in terms of this deck, I ended up using 3 different Dark Magician
No. I
archetypes.
don't want to hear what you did for this deck. I want to hear your favorite.
Alright, my favorite one is probably Arcania's Dark Magician with the all red.
Yeah.
Red with
Okay.
white hair.
Okay, this is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay,
Arby?
In my opinion, one of my favorites has always been the second to last. Like the second recent one that we got, like below, like right above the last one that we got that was recent.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I can dig that one. Necro.
Okay, I'm laughing my ass off right now because of this. Like, if you count the number of variations on Dark Magician right now, we have 7,
Yeah.
which matches the level. And if you look at Blue Eyes, there's 8 variations of Blue Eyes.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Konami, you clever sons of bitches.
Yep.
Well,
I would.
and my favorite artwork always changes every now and then. Like, I like the Arcana one. I like the one that Dan talked about, and I like the most recent one. Though, in my opinion, one of my favorite ones has always been the black and white one.
The black and white one, it does stand out.
The
Does
drawing.
anybody know who the artist's signature is on this one?
I think that's
I
K.
believe- Yeah,
That's
I believe-
Konami.
That's Konami.
Konami drew the Dark Magician. What the company
no.
building?
it was probably the lead artist who worked on the actual show.
Yeah, it's probably the lead artist.
Fair enough.
It says K on it, I think.
For me, it's always been the middle one. I don't know what it is with the tablet behind it. I've always liked that variant of Dark Magician the most.
That one was on Legacy of the Duelist, actually.
Is that the one
Well,
on
then
Legacy?
What then? Would you say
Yeah,
the same
the
thing?
tablet.
Okay, then how about this? Would you say the same thing for Blue Eyes?
No, I actually wouldn't. That's not my favorite Blue Eyes one. But my favorite Blue Eyes is the one that's on top of the building.
Yeah.
So RB,
Yeah, the one that
sorry, not RB. Sorry, I meant to say Toby. But go ahead,
Toby.
Necro.
What?
You mean Toby?
Oh,
Toby's the
hang
one.
on, hang on, hang on. Hollis, Chris Hollis says it makes a little popping sound every time you talk. It's not bad. Oh, maybe I should unplug and replug. I will maybe do that in a second. Chris Cross says he's a bit partial to the second one from the top. I still have it because I find the arms cross pose kind of cool. Yeah, I can dig that, dude. And Revan619 says, what about the black one at the bottom? This one here, is that from the recent movie set? Is that what it is? They finally made him into a black magician?
That is the recent. That is the most recent artwork for Dark Magician right now, which is the movie pack one.
Cool. Should I unplug and replug my mic before we do this, or are we good? What do you think?
I mean, you sound fine. You sound fine.
Fine.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Thank you guys. You guys are so kind. Look at all the compliments, man. Just not take them all day.
Those weren't for you.
Toby, what was your 3 picks?
All right, so I chose the first one, the third one, and the one that you like from Legacy.
Cool, wicked. And what else we got in this set?
All right, we have Dark Magician of Chaos.
How many?
One of my dogs just walked into my room.
Just one copy of Dark Magician of Chaos.
Oh, he's
the
unlimited.
mock.
Wow.
Yeah, he's unlimited.
I'm surprised he's gone. Oh yeah, go
on. We have 2 Magician of Dark Illusion.
No, you gotta be meta. You gotta have run that Toon Dark Magician.
If there are any brand new cards, please explain them. Is Magician of Dark Illusion?
Okay.
Yep, Magician of Black Illusions is definitely up there.
Yeah.
You want me to explain Dark Illusion
Yeah, if it's a TDIL card, explain it.
Okay, all right. So this card's name, he has the same.
This card.
Go
Great explanation, Toby.
He's basically the same level and attribute and type as Dark Magician, but his effect is he's actually 2100 attack and 25 defense attack, and his effect is this card's name becomes Dark Magician while it is on the field. You can only use each of these effects of Magician of Dark Illusion once per turn. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell / trap card or effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand.
So it can summon.
Where am I? Okay. Okay. If you activate a spell / trap card or effect while this card is face up on the field, except damage step, obviously, you can target 1 Dark Magician in your graveyard, special summon it. This effect can only be used while this card is face up on the field.
Interesting effect.
Yep. So we're running 2 of these.
2 of those, okay.
Okay.
I see this ratio flip between 2 and 3, but 2.
Yeah,
It really depends on what you like to do. I think.
Now, like I said, this is probably the worst Dark Magician deck I've ever made, probably ever in
because
existence.
I know I can feel Revan's eyes just piercing my soul right now.
I am so glad I copped out of doing Dark Magicians.
Well, his eyes haven't increased yet. It'll increase once I go after these next 5 cards.
Hey, you got the thumbs up. Revan619 says I agree. More than 2 leads to some very dead hands. So you got the thumbs up, dude. Let's keep
All
going.
right, so you can at least calm down a little bit.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
He ain't glaring yet.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Next up, we're running 3 copies of Radiant, the multi-dimensional kaiju.
What? Oh my god!
Of course.
Get this guy out of here, please.
Get
Toby,
out. I don't know.
I don't know. Out the window.
Okay.
Get out of here with your kaiju loving ass.
Toby, you better take that stuff out right now, or I am kicking you from this group.
Keep going, man.
Actually, no, I am not the call host. Sean, you kick him out of this group if he does.
I will teach you guys how to make a proper.
Now, let me explain why I chose. Let me explain why I chose these kaijus for my
because you're a fanboy.
My reference.
I'm
no,
listening.
that's too. But
I'm
just
listening.
because this kaiju is he's a level 7 and he's a dark type, so I can use a lure on it and I can use him as material for XEs. That's basically the only reason, just for gimmicky purposes, okay? And not to mention I can get rid of big behemoths off the field, such as Chaos Max or Ultimate Falcon and stuff like that.
Listen,
Floodgate.
I'm gonna step into Toby's corner and back him up with this. Toby is an extra deck god. when it comes to using extra deck monsters, the dude knows what he's doing. So let's see what you got, man.
Revan brings up a good point, though. How are you going to use it for Xyz when you summon it to their side of the field?
Mostly because it's just you just summon another one of yourself. You just summon another one.
That's where these next two come into play as well. I have the next two cards that I have in this lineup is Kumungus, the sticky string kaiju.
Okay, so
okay, Toby, get out of here.
Dark
Toby, just get out of here.
Kaiju.
This is awesome. I love it. Let's go.
Get out of here.
Ravon is just staring down so hard right now.
So, 3 copies of this, yeah?
Yep. Not only, but I could still summon 2 versions of Radiant on the field anyways. It doesn't like strictly say that, oh, you can't summon 2 of the same.
What are we gonna be running Waterfront now?
Oh my god.
No, Waterfront's not in this deck. Water is not in this deck.
Man, shall we just drop the Dark Magician and just make Kaiju?
Alright, that's all 5 kaijus in the deck, pretty much.
Sean, you put in
we're
3 by mistake.
We're not really worried about their effects because we're not going to use their effects since we're not rock.
How many was it, sorry?
2.
2, okay.
We have 2 Kumungus and 3 Radiant.
Gotcha. Alright, cool. Keep going, dude.
Alright, next up, we're running 2 Elemental Hero Prisma.
Prisma?
Okay.
Alright,
This it's like, why was
let him go, RB. We're running short on time.
2 Choco Magician Girl. Now her effect is once per turn you can discard 1 spellcaster type monster, draw 1 card. Once per turn, this card is targeted for an attack. You can target 1 spellcaster type monster in your graveyard except Chocolate Magician Girl, special summon. Then change the attack target to it. And if you do, the attacking monster's attack becomes half its current attack.
So is this their version of Maiden with Eyes of Blue? Somewhat.
Yes, but not exactly because she has to be targeted for an attack instead. But you could use her for her draw effect, which is good. So cool. That's why I have 2 of her in there.
Cool.
Next up, we have 1 Summoner Monk.
Yep.
And last but not least, for our monster lineup, we have 3 copies of Magician's Rod.
Cool.
Oh.
Spellcaster Dark and 1600 attack and 100 defense. His effect is when this card is normal summon, you can add 1 spell/trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Dark Magician in this text. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap card effect while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you contribute 1 spellcast type monster, add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Alright, that's it for our monster lineup. Now for our traps, we're only running 14 traps. That was 19 monsters. Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
Okay, so our first spell is Allure of Darkness. We're only running 1 of those.
Okay.
We're running 1 Sacred Sword of 7 stars.
Keep going, dude. Just keep going.
1 Eye of Timaeus. 1 Dark Magic attack.
Only 1?
Yep.
You won't, mate.
2 Pot of Desires.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave it all now because this
we're
is cancerous to me.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 Dark Magic Veil.
I would have loved it if Necro actually just left.
1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber.
Oh my god.
1 Dark Magic Expanded.
My
what does Dark Magic Expanded do?
Basically, it makes your magicians unaffected by card effects.
Oh my god! I think
that's just to sum it up. If
Ravon is just so displeased right now.
Toby, you have angered Ravon with your kaiju fanboyness.
1 Dedication Through Light and Darkness. Did I say this already?
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
Oh my.
2 Dark Magic Circles.
Dark Magic Circles.
Ravon chat says, if only there was a card that lets you draw when your hand is empty.
Last but not least, for
sorry,
our
what's
spell
Dark Magic Circle? I can't find that one.
Guys, Ravon in chat is
is
pissed.
continuous spell
Yeah,
card.
Ravon is
I'll be in thing. Sorry, hold on for a second. What dark magic circle am I looking for?
Great, I'm a thing.
I can't hear Toby speak.
Sorry.
Two
Dark
copies of
magical circle. Right, that's what it's called.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
The card picture says dark magic circle. My bad.
Oh, 2 of those. Gotcha. Okay.
Do you want me to read its effects or?
Oh, is it new? Yeah, go ahead.
When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician or 1 spell trap card that specifically lists the card Dark Magician among them, and add it to your hand. Also, place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. You do not shuffle when you do this effect, by the way. If Dark Magician is normal or special summon to your field, except during damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use this effect once per turn.
That effect is that banish effect is so good.
Yeah, and last but not least, the last 2 spells is Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Going for that stun build.
Cool.
All right. And now for our last traps, we're running 7 traps. Is that 1 continuous trap for Dark Magicians? That's not legal, right? It's still OCG.
Eternal Soul.
Yeah, Eternal Soul. Is that still OCG?
Pretty sure it's legal. No, it's not.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah, that's so I left that card out of this.
You
obviously.
said you're at 7. I've got 6 slots left.
19 monsters, 14 spells.
Yeah, I'm on 20 monsters. Is it 3 Magician's Rod?
3 Magician's Rod. It maybe is it's 5 kaijus in total.
5 kaijus. 3 Prisma.
3 of the no, 2 Prisma.
Gotcha. There you go. All right,
2
cool.
Prisma. 2 Charcoal. Okay. You got 19 monsters then?
Sorry, what?
Do you have 19 monsters?
Yes, 19 monsters, 14 spells.
Okay. All right. So our last 7 traps is 3 Magician's Navigation.
Navigation.
1 copy of Dark Renewal.
Dark Renewal. What does Magician's Navigation do? That's new, isn't it?
Yes. Special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand. Then special summon 1 level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Then target 1 face-up spell / trap card your opponent controls. It has its effects negated until the end of this turn.
Cool. Dark Renewal. That's old, isn't it?
Yes, it's at 1. I'll put that at 1.
Cool.
And then our last 3 traps is 2 Solemn Strikes and 1 Solemn Warning.
Gotcha.
Solemn Brigade.
Okay, Ravon is having his field day.
Extra deck. Now, how important is the extra deck
Exactly
to?
why I said the disclaimer in the beginning.
How important is the extra deck to this deck?
It's pretty important. I mean, it's your win conditions to go into these monsters in the extra deck. So
what are the key cards in the extra deck that we should be looking out for?
I guess the 2 copies of Ebon Illusion Magician.
2 copies of Ebon. Yep. Is Ebon new?
Yes, he is new. So let me go through his effect real quick.
In terms of the Ebons, it's actually kind of interesting. Ebon Illusion is not new. Ebon High Magician is the new one.
Yeah. I think.
I have Ebon Illusion Magician. I don't have Ebon High Magician in this deck.
All right. Cool.
All right. Okay. So yeah, we're running 2 of him. Next up, we're running 1 Dark Paladin.
Dark Paladin.
2 copies of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon.
Oh god, the Red Eyes Flare.
Of course.
2 copies of Big Eye.
Big Eye.
1 Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac.
Draco.
Been a while since I've seen that monster.
Yeah,
I just-
Draco's
I
actually
just-
not usable
what the hell?
in my opinion. But go on.
Sadly, because I actually really like it.
Absolute Dragon.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was it?
1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon.
Oh, that's absolute.
The Utopia Brigade.
Uh,
So Utopia Prime, and Utopia the Lightning.
Yep.
1 Digusto Emerald, 1 Castel, and 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon.
Oh, you're doing Prime, Utopia Prime, and then we got Castel, Dark Rebellion, and yeah, cool. All right, cool. Dark Rebellion. Castell, Dark Rebellion, what else was it?
And Digusto Emerald.
Digusto. Cool. Okay, cool. Well, so yeah, so there we have it. Let me save this. Number 21, I think I'm at. Number 21, Dark Magic Attack. Cool. So, brand new cards for Dark Magicians. We've got cards, in a word, what does these brand new cards do? We've got Magician's Rod, which is a Searcher card.
Yep. And
Choco-
also our Dark Magical Circle is also the search card too, ready to spell.
Damn
So.
it. We got two. So we got lots of searchers now. Oh, we could even do more if we wanted to. Magician Navigation is your special summon card from either your hand or even your deck. So it's also kind of a searcher, but it's a special summon. You've got Dark Magicians also have Joker Magician Girl, which is a bit of a draw engine plus some kind of revival if your opponent is stupid enough to try it out. And then you've got Magician of Dark Illusion, which is also a special summoning card, but also special summons Dark Magician, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Cool. Alright then, so now, sorry, was someone going to say something?
It's nothing. I'm just kind of teed off now, since I thought we were going to get a Dark Magician deck, and now we have his Kaijus.
I'm going to quote the legendary scholar in his old phrase and saying, "You mad, bro?" Anyway, let's go from
I am very
let's go from bro to foes. Let's talk about metal foes.
Okay.
I love you too.
I like that segue.
bro, from your hoes to my foes.
Yeah, that's much better. I like that one. Ludicrous.
All right.
I like that. Stop it.
Alright,
Okay,
metal
alright.
foes.
Here we go.
Brand new archetype.
Dan laughs himself to death.
Like, I'm literally about to bash myself to death right now.
Before you say anything, I just want to say I was looking at an article on Metal Foes. Metal Foes, look, the artwork for Metal Foes is really awesome. That's what I want to say.
Yes, they are. Now, before the OCG got their grubby hands on it, Metal were actually one of my favorite decks, honestly, to use.
So I don't. What do you mean before the OCG got their hands on them? Don't the OCG always get them first?
I used to like fun builds and all that stuff, but since it's become meta.
Oh right, gotcha.
Yeah, the fact that they pump it with their cancerous meta engines.
Well, give me an overview. What is it that makes the Metal Foes such a strong archetype?
Well, okay, so to do that, I'm first going to go over what Metal Foes are. Well, Metal Foes, aka Metal Foes Sis, are a series of normal fire pendulum monsters. And kind of funny how we got these like just a couple sets after we had our Ignites. But unlike Warriors, these are Psychics. And as now, Metal Foes, I'm not going to go into like history, like what their names mean, like if you can't tell, these are kind of like based on materials and such like that. But really, the best I can say for this deck is that some people think that Metal Foes are meant more so to be an engine than their own standalone deck.
And why is that?
Well, mostly because of just how few cards we've gotten in the first set. Like, we've just gotten 4 monsters. Like, yes, we've gotten, like, the proper waves that usually regard to an archetype. However, the main problem is that, like, because of how so many other engines are plugged into it, it just feels like a mishmash of engines.
Okay, now, for the person who doesn't actually know what you're talking about right now, and doesn't actually follow the OCG environment, can you give us an explanation on what Metal Foes do?
Okay, Metal Foes, they're all normal pendulums with the same effect in the pendulum zone. Target one other face-up card you control, pop it, and set a Metal Foes spell or trap directly from the deck. Here's the thing though. They have a bunch of different cards that they can pop with their own effects. And really the most they do is they're pretty strong in the fact of how fast they can move as regarded by their vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first we're going to make a pure build, I would say. which for this we would need to max out on all the vanillas. Max out on your Volt Flames,
Wow,
max out
okay.
on your Gold Drivers, max out on your Silvers, and max out on your Steel Rens.
Gotcha.
And these scales range from 1 to 8, and as such, there are options that you can go for, like Apex Avian, but one of the other engines that most people in the TCG have even used is the Magispector engine of 3 Unicorn to 2 Bunbukus.
That's okay. So Unicorn, 3 Unicorns to 2... Unicorn Kirin, right? And then Bubukus.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I
Okay.
spell Bunbukus? What the heck? There we go, Raccoon. Got him.
Frickin' raccoons. Anyway, so next up, you're going to be wanting 2 of Guiding Ariadne.
Gaijin, no, Ariana. Oh, Guiding. I think it's a Gaijin.
Guiding
Two Guiding. Yep.
Yeah, the card that revived the idea of the Counter Fairy deck.
Yep.
Because, kind of like the same case with Flush Fire, you can target it with one of your effects, you can pop it, and then immediately afterwards you get to search one of your counter traps. And even if it's in the Pendulum Zone, you can just use it so that you don't have to pay the cost of Strike.
When did Ariadne come out in TCG?
It came out, I believe, Shining Victories.
Gotcha. Alright, carry on.
So next you're going to want the one copy of Luster Pendulum.
Yep.
Which actually brings me to a fun topic because I love the Yu-Gi-Oh lore, and it seems that Metal Foes actually have their own connections, kind of like how the Draco Slayers connected Ignites to Dynamis to Magispectors.
Cool.
And all that stuff. Anyway, so next you're also going to want a copy of Rescue Rabbit.
Rescue Rabbit. That rascally rabbit.
Yep, because you can immediately use the effect, go into like 2 silvers for a rank 3, you can go into 2 gold drivers for a rank 4. You could, and yeah.
Cool.
Next, you're going to want 2 copies of Archfiend Eccentric.
Yep. Just keep going.
Yep, Archfiend Eccentric, in my opinion, is definitely a suitable substitute if you don't want to run like Twin Twisters because of the discard costs. Because not only can it serve as spell popping in the Pendulum Zone, but also monster popping in the Monster Zone. Plus, you can even use it with the other effects and such. It makes a pretty interesting card to go into.
Yep.
Next, 1 copy of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, aka Yuki Usagi. Seriously, I hate the TCG dub name of this card so hard. So much so that I even made a roleplay character named Yuki Usagi. Next, for a consistency boost, 2 Maxi.
Maxi.
Yep. And then finally for monsters in the main deck, 1 Rare Metal Foes Bismagia.
Bismagia. The OCG.
Now, Bismagia,
The card that's in the OCG.
It is in the OCG.
When is it
Here's
coming
the
out to
problem.
TCG?
It should be coming out with Invasion Vengeance, which should be coming out, I believe, sometime in November.
Alright, so I have to ask you this. How vital is Bismagia to this deck? I'm not saying we can't have it, we're going to put it in. But how
I'm just saying,
vital
like,
is Bismagia, in your opinion?
Bismagia is the only effect monster that's ever been shown for the main deck. And really, all it does is give you at the end is an end phase search. I would say it's not vital, which is why it's at 1. If it was vital, it would be at 3.
Gotcha. So you could
But
still... sorry.
But you can easily substitute it for other cards.
So if anyone wants to build this at with real cards or in the TCG only, or wants to play, say, that online ranked in DevPro, then you don't have to wait until Bismagia is legal to make this work. Cool. Alright, next.
Next, we're going to get into spells. First, Painful Decision. Only 1 copy of it.
Ooh, that's an
Can I-
interesting
can I-
choice.
Can I bring into attention that I love this card art?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that one before. When
Like both Ojama Green and Black are just swimming, and then a shark chasing them, and Yellow just doesn't know what to do. Anyway, so for those who don't know, Painful Decision is a spell in which you can send a level 4 lower normal monster from your deck.
Is it new?
It's not exactly. It's
Okay,
been a
well,
while.
Right, we're gonna assume
think
we're gonna assume if it's been around, we're gonna assume they know. If it's new, if it's in TDIL, then we can explain that.
All right. Next, you're going to want 2 copies of Summoner's Art.
Okay.
This is so you can search out your Bull Flames.
As it is a searching card, let's say first turn Summoner's Art, idle target, go. Is there a preferable target, or does it depend on your hand?
Well, Bull Flame is definitely a good target since really any of the Malifaux monsters are good targets since they play into what the deck's main point is.
It can only, sorry, I made a mistake. It can only add
It can only bring in Flame.
Right, my bad. Okay, gotcha.
Finally, for Metalfoes spells, 1 copy of Metalfoes Fusion.
Metalfoes Fusion.
The Metalfoes exclusive polymerization card that can also shuffle itself into the deck when it's in the graveyard to draw 1 card.
Just one of those?
Yes, because it recycles itself.
Gotcha.
Yes, it'll hurt if your opponent manages to banish it when it's set. Like, if you're facing Blue Eyes and you've set this card, but then your opponent summons out Dark Dragon Spirit of White to banish it, really only go into Fusion if you know you can go into it.
Okay.
Next, 2 copies of full Metalfoes Fusion, which we brought up is the El Shaddai Fusion equivalent.
Oh, you got someone knocking at the door.
No, that's just my dog kicking his foot against my carpet.
Oh, I see. Again, OCG card. Do we need it?
Yes, OCG card coming also with Bismagia in the next pack.
Okay.
Anyway, and next up is full Metalfoes, or not full Metalfoes. Now we're entering traps. For Metalfoes traps, we're going to want 2 of Metalfoes Counter.
2 of those.
Yes. This card will ensure that you get to special summon Metalfoes monsters from your deck if your cards get popped. So it gives you even more advantages, and even if it gets sent to the graveyard, you can banish it to recycle your Metalfoes Pendulum monsters back from the extra deck to the hand in case you want to go for more, if you don't have the appropriate scale.
Okay.
Next, 1 copy of Metalfoes Combination. Combination is an art card in which if you fusion summon while it's up on the field, you can bring out a Metalfoes monster from your graveyard of a lower level than what you fusion summoned. And if it gets sent to the graveyard, you get to immediately search out a Metalfoes monster.
Cool.
And finally, for your last 4 traps, you're going to want a full Sullen Brigade, as I'm calling it, which is 3 strike, 1 warning.
Yep.
Now we get to extra deck. So for Metalfoes fusions, you'll want 2 copies of Ori Hulk. Ori Hulk is debatably the best fusion in this set. Gives all your Metalfoes it's sort of like DDD Cruel Dragon King Beowulf, in the fact that it'll give all your Metalfoes monsters piercing, but it doubles up on this by giving every Metalfoes monster you control doubled piercing damage.
Cool.
So they basically turn every Metalfoes monster into a Chaos Max without the immunities. And if you lose it, then hey, you get a free pop on the card. Next, for Metalfoes fusions, you'll want 1 copy of Metalfoes Mithril, which is also coming out in Invasion of Venom. Metalfoes Mithril, kind of like Queen Tiramisu, you can recycle your Metalfoes cards in the graveyard.
Okay, hang on. Okay. The thing is, what I'm thinking about, the reason why I keep asking about the OCG, because when Invasion of Venom comes out, we might want to do an Invasion of Venom episode on that. And might be able to say, okay, this is how Metalfoes got powered up. I really want to just focus on what they can do with what we have in the TCG just now, so that people can go out and kind of focus on getting these cards for themselves, as this is a TDIO episode.
Well, if you want to focus on that, then I would recommend at least using a Draco engine, that being Master Pendulum, Vector, and all that such, to just go into like the Draco Slayers.
Yeah. Now, for the OCG ones, if you could just say that if you think they're vital, as long as it's not like a card that the deck focuses on, like say like a draw engine for the deck, just let people know that that's something they have to wait to look forward to, or that they can't. Basically, can't copy this deck or net deck this deck and can't run it and go build it right now.
Yeah, they will have to wait on these for some cases, but really you can pop out Metalfoes into an actual deck if you want.
Okay.
Alright, next will be 1 copy of Metalfoes Adamant.
Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you there. What does Mithril do?
Oh, Mithril. When you it's kind of like Queen Tiramisu in a sense. you can target 2 Malphose cards in your graveyard and then shuffle those back to the deck to bounce one of the cards that your opponent on the field back to the hand.
Yeah.
And if it's sent to the field from the field to graveyard, you get to get a free Malphose Pendulum Monster from the extra deck, special summoned, or one from your graveyard.
Cool, cool.
Next, you're going to want a vanilla, that being Malphose Adamante.
Yeah, why run Adamante? Seems really, really vanilla.
Here's the thing, though. The main draw with the Metal Foes is the fact that you usually want to get Ori Hulk out first, because their other fusion monster that's released in the set, Crimsonite, is also a vanilla beat stick. But here's the thing. Take these 2 vanilla beat sticks, have the double piercing Ori Hulk on the field that will give them both double piercing. You will have a 3K beat stick that can do double piercing and a 2500 beat stick that can do double piercing.
Okay, cool.
That's what I think preferably is why these guys are vanillas primarily.
Okay, cool. Why not why not in that situation run just 3 Ori Calcos?
Run what?
3 Ori Calcs.
3 Ori Calc. Well, here's the thing, like, because of so many different decks and so many different engines you usually like to run, I say that just Ori Hulk at 2 is probably the best that you want. Just considering also the fact that, like with Mithril, you can also recycle your Ori Hulks. You can also, it's pretty interesting, but just like I recommend just 2 Ori Hulks for the sense that because of so many other options that you have to go into.
Okay, cool.
And then finally, in terms of fusions, 1 Full Metal Foes Alcahest, again another OCG card.
Okay.
I'm actually experimenting with the Alcahest right now, but if we don't go for that, then I can easily recommend taking out the Bismagia and the Alcahest for an instant fusion and a Norden.
Yeah, I can see that because Adamante is a target for that too.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Okay, now for Synchros. For Synchros, because we have our Ghost Ogre on the board, we can go into quite a plethora. We have Stardust Charge Warrior.
Yep.
We have our Coral Dragon.
Coral Dragon's a new one.
Yep, Coral Dragon is a new one. Which, then we have our Clearwing Synchro Dragon.
Synchro Dragon.
Yep. Our Cypher Lord Omega.
Yep.
Our Ignister Prominence.
Ignister Prominence.
And our Nirvana High Paladin.
And High Paladin. Ooh. Yeah, I thought
Yes.
he would be he would maybe see some play in a deck like this.
Yes. Because of the low count of tuners, you can easily use one of your Pendulum your Metal as the tuner. For example, like you can get out, let's say, Stardust Charge Warrior with Ghost Ogre and Eccentric.
Mm-hmm.
Get your draw from Charge Warrior, and then immediately after that, you could Pendulum summon out Gold Driver. Gold Driver will technically count as a level 4 tuner in this situation to bring out Nirvana High.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you have multiple options you can go for. Like for Clearwing, you can use the level 3 Silverbird. You can use the level 3 Archfiend Eccentric. You can use the level 3 Boon Buku.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. For level 8s, Omega and Ignister, you can use Steel Ren to be that tuner. It's pretty interesting. And also, I forgot one card, that being Dinosaur Power, the Mighty Draco Slayer.
The Mighty Draco Slayer. Yep.
Yes, because that gives us our segue into our Z's, which I'm only running 3 right now. That was being Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy.
Hold on, I've got only 2 slots left. What am I got wrong?
Uh,
I've got 1 Crimson Knight, 2 Ori Calc.
I'm not running Crimsonite in this build. I'm just saying, like, Crimsonite is the option.
Oh, okay, gotcha. There you go then.
You can use Crimsonite if you want. If anything, you can also take out the Full Metal Alcahest for the Crimsonite
Cool.
as an option.
Cool.
Anyway, for Xyz, Titanic Galaxy, 1 Magister Paladin, the Rising Draco Slayer, to search out your Pendulum monsters.
Yep.
There are a lot of pendulum monsters in this deck. And you're the Phantom Knights of the Breaksword.
And Breaksword for the level 3s.
Now, Metal Foes are actually one of the reasons why I'm actually considering bringing back Cyberstein.
Ah.
In the OC, now, for those who don't know this ancient card, Cyberstein is a dark level 2 machine type monster, with the only effect being pay 5k life points to special summon any fusion monster from the fusion deck, aka the extra deck, before it became the extra deck. Now, I've noticed 3 most common targets for this effect. Those being the Last Warrior from Another Planet, Naturia Exterio, and Gaia Drake the Universal Force.
Cool.
For the Last Warrior from Another Planet, it's basically the stun card, because as long as he remains on the field, neither player can do any form of summoning, normal, flip, or special.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a very old combo.
This card is very ancient.
I mean,
but
you can still
technically make.
Sorry, I haven't really been talking. It's just I haven't really had anything to say.
It's okay. Like you can still make
it's still
this,
usable
but
today because
still
of a
usable.
monster by the name of Summoner of Illusions.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
But, what would you use it for with Metal Foes?
Like, really, just summon this out. You basically have a 2350 beat stick that can stun your opponent down to death.
25.
Stun them out of any normal summons.
But it's nothing to do with your Metal Foes, though.
No.
Oh.
Nope. As long as he remains on the field, neither player will be able to do anything.
Yeah. The Cyberstain combos is a different thing, though.
The next being Naturia Exterio, which the fusion of Naturia's Beast and Barkion, it lets you have
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
self-explanatory. Negate any spell, trap, and destroy it by removing a card from play from the grave.
And Gaia Drake just unaffected by other monster effects. Plain and simple.
But is there any reason? What's the relation between Cyberstain and what we're doing now? Like, does it combo with anything here?
The OCG loves to use Cyberstein mostly because they have the access to it, and also the deck allows for it.
What, this deck?
Because all the fusions do not have a fusion summon restriction.
So they would just special summon any of these and then just that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, cool. It's just
That's a little tidbit of information for you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's a little tidbit of info, and also the fact that it wouldn't even make sense to keep them banned still, because we have Solemn Strike. Just strike his effect. Basically, boom, your opponent has wasted 5k of their life points for a failed effect.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
At least that's my stand.
So we've got Metaphors. So today we've done Metaphors, we've done Spirals, we've done Dark Magicians, and I'm missing
Trains.
one. What's up? Trains.
Trains.
So what we'd like to do now is we'd like to do a couple of duels, just show off what they can do in battle, and yeah. How do we want to do this? Does anyone want to go against someone else, or do we want to go against the randoms? How do you guys want to do this?
We can do whatever. In my opinion, I kind of want to go up against Toby and his freaking kaiju loving ass. It's a running gag at this point now.
Toby, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
I feel like he fell asleep for a moment or something.
That's fine.
I was listening.
No, that's fine. No, I do like. I don't feel like. I know we'll run and do the running joke of Toby's deck and whatnot, but the one thing I do like about Toby's deck is that it does seem to consider the TCG meta and what's a threat in the meta right now. So things like Kaiju's, I could see it working. Like if I was to take that into online play as terms of removal and stuff like that. So yeah, do we want to do a Dark Magicians versus Metaphors?
All right.
Yeah, I'll host real quick.
Cool.
I'm game.
And I will watch. And I will watch and laugh at what is going to unfold.
Let's have a look.
I expect a slaughter.
I'm just joking. I'm not going to say who's going to win. I'd rather just watch and see.
My money's on Toby.
Aim for spectators.
Because I mean,
I've got to restart Dev. 1 second.
it's like you never know. You never know. Toby here could pull one out of his ass if he could.
Let's have a look. Go to chat, user list, friends list, and yep. Here we go.
All right. When we see, you here, Sean?
I am. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay,
Let's
here we go.
start.
Start this off. Elbows versus Dark Magician Kaiju Bundle.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Kaiju. Or Kaiju Magicians, whatever.
Okay, so
Alright,
Toby's starting off. He started with by normal summoning the Magician's Rod, which is going to allow him to add one spell trap card from his deck that lists Dark Magician on it. Brand new searcher card. What's he going to go for? He's going to go for the illustrious Dark Magic or Dark Magical Circle. Another
That
search-
magical circle.
Gotta get that dank circle though.
Another
Get that
searcher,
dank circle.
another searcher card which allows him to look at the top 3 cards of his deck, reveal one Dark Magician or one spell or trap card that lists Dark Magician among them, and add to his hand.
And he
He's
got-
gone and
And he got
grabbed-
Magicians Navigate.
He got Magician's Navigate through that. Dark Magic Circle is going to stay up on the field as a continuous spell card. If Toby manages to special summon any Dark Magicians, he's going to get a free banish effect with it. So Necro's going to have to watch out for that.
He's luckily that he actually got Magician's Navigate. If he has a Dark Magician in his hand, he can summon it out and then banish something.
Absolutely. So now he's setting up his back row. We've got 3 cards face
Oh
down.
man, I didn't know he played artifacts in this too.
And now he's off to Necro's first turn. What are we going to see here with his build?
Well, first off, I'm going to do this.
So we've got Metaphor Silvered, who's been activated on the left scale, one
And
scale.
this.
And now we've got Full Frame on the other, so we've got now a 1 and an 8. Are we going to see a Pendulum Summon, or are we going to see a Destruction Effect? And do a search, we'll soon find out.
We are going to see a destruction.
Destruction effect, okay.
So by doing the Destruction Effects, this Metaphor's card is going to allow him to search out a Metaphor spell or trap card. Looks like we didn't have to reveal it.
That I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bug with it should have.
No, it's for the spectators. I don't think we know what it is.
You think
Yeah.
so? Oh, maybe that's why. No, because you would have to reveal it to your opponent, wouldn't you? I think that's what
Yeah,
happens
but
with-
yeah. It got revealed to me as metaphor counter.
Okay, fair enough. That's a DevPro thing then. Okay, so that's been revealed face down, and now we have special summoned out Volflame again. And now we're going to destroy Silvered, and Silvered is going to let us do another search. What is he going to search out? Well, we searched out something. Okay, Volflame is going to attack Rod. Is it going to go through, or is Toby going to respond with a trap card?
Nope,
So-
it's going to go through.
That's going to go through. That's 800 life points down. Still early days. We'll soon find out what's going to happen in the next turn.
Yep. Your move, sir. Show me.
So we got Prisma out on the field. Prisma, Elemental Hero Monster, very old card by now, in case you don't know what it is.
And bring a combination.
Combination is going to be chained to Prisma's effect. And now that
That is smart.
he's milled his Prisma by milling Dark Magician to the graveyard. And
The reason this is smart is because it all.
go ahead, Arby.
Never-
Speak your mind.
Never-
Thank you for your illustrious search, sir.
The reason for that is that now it doesn't specifically say Necros fusion summoned. It's if any fusion monster is fusion summoned.
Ah.
So if he was able to bring out a fusion monster, and here it comes,
Bring his stupid kaiju.
and now he gets a free 28 beat stick.
Well, thank you for your illustrious purchase. Well, too bad I have all I need.
So at the moment, Toby's done pretty well to clear out Dragon Necro's field. He's got quite a decent field presence at the moment. But Necro does have 4 cards in his hand, so who knows what he might do next. He's
I
going
would use the counter and great effect.
to activate Metalfoe's counter. That's going to let him add
Put
one
that back in his hand.
from his extra deck to his hand.
I mean, summoners aren't
Gonna get a little search out, go for Volflame.
gonna get because he has to go for 5 or higher.
Mm-hmm. And now I will go with. Let me think here. I think so. Alright, so I will set Silbird. And Steeleran.
RB, cover me.
Alright.
Correct.
Alright, so Necro has the pendulum scale set, and he's going to be destroying Steelin in order to go to another search, which is... I don't know.
It is a
It's a full metal falls fusion.
Alright. So now we have the scale set again, so it looks like Necro's probably going to go for a pendulum summon.
Well, not exactly right now. Because now... Okay. Here's what I'll probably be in.
So, what's Necro going to be doing right now? Oh, he's going to be doing another destruction?
You'll see, because...
Or another Photomos
I have a
fusion.
friend.
Guiding Ariadne.
And now...
And now, because of this, he's able to summon between 4 and 8.
4 and 7.
Okay, 4 and 7. My bad. Solemn
course-
Strike.
Alright, figured he'd had something. So I'll just banish that. Get my Silbird in hand. And
But
set
now,
that.
now the thing that Toby here is going to have to be wary about is because of Ariadne's pendulum effect.
So he's going to search.
Get a Kaiju from his deck to his hand. Getting Sticky.
Then go to battle phase.
So that was a little bit of a lackluster turn, but oh well.
Alright, I know what I can do here.
Painful decision. Being able to send Gold Driver from his deck to the graveyard in order to search his deck for another Gold Driver.
And now... Yep.
And
Metal
what
Foes-
is... Yep, Metal Foes Fusion. Being able to send monsters from his hand to the graveyard, his hand or field to the graveyard, so now he can fusion summon Mithril,
Mithril effect.
which he's going to be targeting. Due to Mithril's effect, he's going to be targeting 2 Metal Foes cards in his graveyard, then shuffles them back into the deck, and then returns a card on the field back to their hand.
Well then. Well, I don't care. That gives me a monster at least.
Which now, Mithril is able to special summon a face-up Metal Foes Pendulum from the extra deck, or a Pendulum from the graveyard, bringing out Metal Foes.
Yep.
And
And-
Fusion being it's a Bunbuku.
One
So
ball.
he's able to summon out Unicorn. Which
Yep.
then he hasn't Pendulum summoned this turn yet.
Take it out. Thank you. Return that. Return yours. Yep. And now
Which now Necro can attack directly for that being 3,600. And guiding Ariadne, giving the search.
So what do you want to give me, sir? So 2 solemn strikes or a warning? Thank you for your generous donation. Alright, so I'll do that.
So yeah, this is going to be a big hit right here.
And I was actually baiting that out because, boom!
The Full Metal Foes Fusion.
Surrendered. Hey,
GG, guys.
GG. And he's sighting, eh? Alright. Side decking has been complete.
Alright, yeah, nice duel, guys. Nice play on you, Necro.
Mm-hmm. That's why I set out all those fusions. I was mostly baiting out his frickin' strike. And of course he starts... Hey, deja vu.
Alright, so starting off the duel with Rod, and he's going to be searching out, of course, Circle.
Circle is obviously their best card that they've got in recent years.
Well, I mean, it's either that or Eternal Soul, and right now we don't have that.
Mm-hmm. So for now at least, Magical Circle is the crown.
Yeah. So Magical Circle is being activated, and so Toby didn't get anything, sadly. But he was able to
rearrange
the
top 3 cards.
Yeah. So he knows what he's going to be drawing at least.
Ooh, I know what I can do here. Bunny!
Oh yeah, it's a bunny.
He's so cute. I want to pet it.
Bringing out 2 level 4s, being 2 Gold Driver.
Yep. And bringing in my wall.
Bring in Majester Paladin.
Alright. And next, I'm going to use Painful Decision.
Of course, so now you're going to send one to add one.
Yep, let's see. Who do I want to send? Okay. There's 2 skins. So, okay.
Alright, silvered in order to get a silvered.
What I really like though about the Metalfoes fusion monsters in general is the fact that they each take like their pilot, and then it's like they're wearing the vehicle as armor.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So silvered. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get my counter.
Okay.
So then I can go silvered again. And also, and let's see here. I'll probably also... Nah, I'm not going to do that yet. Yeah. I'll actually go for a special summon. I'll bring in the 1 silver that I already popped.
Alright, so you can get it as a sort of wall. Offensive wall.
And then I'm going to use this to pop Sealerin. And set another card.
Another one.
You smart.
Alright, that's enough.
Whatever. Silvered, attack your rod.
I activate dark version of Honest.
Seriously, I do want one day to be there be a dark version of Honest called like Dishonest or something like that.
I don't know.
It would be a cool card to have though.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to use this to search out my Ariadne.
Alright.
Boom. Your move, sir.
Alright, summons a Choco Magician Girl.
Which, alright, I will allow.
So Choco Magician Girl is
1600 monster who will allow him to discard 1 spellcaster to draw 1.
Yep. And he's just passing.
Alright. So, I will go with my Guiding Ariadne. Let's use this opportunity to special summon the Steelerin. You seem to have something that you wish to use. It's alright.
Alright, so combination.
Alright, so then I will go with Metalfoes Fusion.
Yep.
Let's see what I want.
What is that whistling?
Me. I will go with you. You and you. Adamante with combination to bring in silvered. Thank you. Alright. use that again.
Hmm.
Oops.
It's the kind of thing on how I'm just like watching something standard a little bit, but then again, I mean, we're just trying to showcase the decks a little bit.
Yeah. Really, this is probably one of your main draws you can do with Metal Foes. Okay, Redney. And then you can also change the counter.
Because counter works with anything being destroyed.
So yeah, I will use this opportunity to bring in Wolfline here. So strike, strike, or strike.
That's the stupid part that I hate about Ariadne.
Yeah, you can stack triple strikes. All right.
Also, I don't understand why Metal Foe's counter isn't a counter trap.
You'd think that because it's called counter, it should be called it could be a counter trap. Yeah, true. All right, I will say no to that. Yes, I would like to replay this battle. But yeah, like this is just in general like what Metal Foes can be capable of.
Yeah, and that's just kind of keeping the board down.
Keeping them down and all that. Especially thanks to the quick play spell Full Metal Foes Fusion, which even though I said this turn I can't even use it, but just in general, this is probably some of the powerful plays that you can make with this. Hello, Prisma. Alright. Okay, Paladin. Let me guess. You wish to deliver me some justice. Yep, called it. And it doesn't matter on my part. Full Metal Foes Fusion. And dedication, eh? Let's extend the chain further. Oop. Okay, get your dark position.
Which was in his hand.
Alright, and I will use this opportunity to send you, and you for my Crimsonite. And use combination to search out a Metal Foes. To search out my Gold Driver. Alright, Adamante, sorry.
Which now banishes it.
Yeah.
And now during his end phase, he's able to target any spell in his graveyard and add it to his hand.
Yeah. That being his Dark Magic attack. Well, it's safe to assume that I've won, practically. Like, not trying to brag, but... Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, some Metal Foes duels can be boring at times, but...
Yeah.
As... It's kind of the same situation that you usually see in most decks. Not much action and all that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I made this deck literally within seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't even
fair,
like
I
put
also-
any thought. I didn't put any thought or effort when I created this. So
To be fair, I also made this deck in practically 1 second.
I took like a minute.
Get rid of these guys. Well, sorry, but no sorry. I'm actually gonna bounce
God,
that.
that's the reason I hate Unicorn, is because it's during either player's turn.
Yeah. All right, so GG. This is honestly one. This even though I hate Unicorn, like I feel like it would be a justified hit to get Unicorn hit.
Yeah.
At least a limit would be great, in my opinion.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions too quickly because,
Like, yeah.
like I said, this deck, It hasn't. This is one duel. It hasn't proved itself against.
Yeah, it
the
hasn't been
format
battle
yet.
tested in the TCG yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Now, I don't really have a spiral deck, so meh.
I do have a spiral build.
RB.
I mean, I can go up against Necro if you want.
Yeah, okay. We could do that, I guess, too.
Alright, trained against spirals.
I'm fine with it.
Alrighty.
Who has spirals?
I have spirals.
Necro.
Okay.
Who like Minecraft? Yeah. Anyway. Still waiting on you, Sean.
All right.
Yep, we're in.
Okay. Ready.
All right. So
Alright, so RB started off with a Lower Darkness, and he's gone into banishing Exodius. Now he's going to sit down 2 cards, and 1 monster, and he's going to end his turn. Let's move on to Necro. Necro, who draws into his 6th card, and we'll see what he's going to play. He's going to start us off with a Speed Droid engine, okay. Okay, cool. I have a feeling I know where this is going to go, but RB decides to respond with Skill Drain, negating that effect. He won't get
Playing
his
PK
searcher.
Fire.
it's time to start the drain trains.
So now Spiral, Super Agent is going to have a go at activating his effects. He's going to have a look at what is on top of RB's deck, and whatever he calls,
I call it right.
he called it right, so he's going to summon his Super Agent. But unfortunately, Super Agent won't be able to get his second effect, which is when he is summoned by Spiral. He can.
I mean, you get a
destroy
free
How'd you
a
do that?
trap card.
Why he like call out the name?
That's Super Agent's effect.
No, but he got like the exact card. That's crazy.
It's kind
No,
of.
it picked monster. All right, so that's fine.
Oh, I thought he had to call out the name. Never
No,
mind,
he
my
has
bad.
to pick up. No, he has to call the monster.
No, you just have to call out monster spell drive. It's kind of like the old vampire.
I was like, God, you're Houdini.
So RB is attacked with yes, Necro is attacked with 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ruffian, and
Now, here's one of the reasons why.
I forgot to activate Ruffian Rail Car because it's not forced.
Well, here's also one of the things that like getting Super Agent right.
Yeah, another thing that's just really good for agents is that you can run Mind Crush in your main deck, because you're going to be looking and stacking your opponent's deck. You're going to know what they're going to draw into, so Mind Crush is going to call out Ruffian Railcar. And is it going to be in RB's hand? Is he going to have to discard it?
Yeah, of course it is.
It is.
Yeah, since it was the top
Wow,
deck.
all 3 copies of. Oh no, 2 copies. No more. Sorry.
Now,
Like,
RB
usually you'll
flips-
want to draw like you'll at least want like
RB flips over
and-
Reckless Greed.
always want to a piece, eh?
Is that gonna be a good draw, or is this an act of desperation? Plays 1 Day of Peace. 1 Day of Peace is gonna give another draw to both players,
So
and he won't take
because
any
of
damage
that-
next turn. And now he's gonna play Revolving Switchyard. Necro, you're speaking, but you keep cutting out, man.
It's his
sorry.
music.
Yeah. One sec. Alright, here we go. That better?
Yep, we can hear you.
Alright, so I'm just gonna call Night Express Night because that's one of the
Not
most
in my hand.
Dang it! Oh, there goes my quick fix.
You should have waited for
No,
that
I
other
don't- I
ruffian,
don't
so
need-
you have all
I don't
3 of
need
them in
this
the
right
drain.
now, so I'll be getting this.
So,
Alright.
using Revolving Switch cards effect, RB has discarded 1 card and then added Night Express Knight to his hand, which is an incredible searching tool. And now Ruffian Railcar in the end phase is going to activate his effect and is going to do more searching for RB, increasing his deck hand size. Going to be really interesting to see what RB does over the next couple of turns, being that he can't draw any more cards for the next 2 turns.
Oh, I have a thing that I can bring in.
Here comes Twin
Let's stop your
Twister.
drain friends.
Twin Twister from Necro, going to destroy Skill Drain and his field spell. This is going to be really, really bad for RB because without that field spell, he's not going to be able to add more cards to his hand, which is going to really kind of hurt in this situation. Necro has revived Spiral Quick Fix. Spiral Quick Fix is done a searched out Spiral Gear Drone. Spiral Gear Drone has now reached the field and is now going to do its effect to increase one of its monsters' attack my 500 pair card that
I've seen
RP
what
has.
up the deck, so I will do that.
And
And let's see here.
question is who is he going to give the attack to? Would he go for the obvious choice and give it to Super Agent?
I can't give the attack to anything right now because
I don't have any
works
cards.
on my opponent's cards.
Oh, is it only ones that he controls? I apologize. I thought it was just in
And
opponent's cards.
and he used 1 day apiece as well, so it's not like he can inflict any damage anyways.
Gotcha.
And he got big red.
Yeah.
And quick fix it gets its effect again.
So,
Another big red.
Necro, I'm going to guess that the Speed Void engine is obviously there for it being a really fast engine, but is it also there for Invoker?
Yes. Invoker also definitely helps with this build.
1 day apiece.
Help. Oh yeah. Forgot.
And that's why I used it.
Are you not worried by the fact that Invoker destroys the warrior monster in the end phase?
Yeah, I thought that was coming out.
Download overlay.
Another magician. Alright.
Alright,
Express Knight.
Express that coming out with 0 attack, but being able to be normal summoned.
Bringing in that Derek Crane.
Special summon Derek Crane to the field. Then we've got 2 level 10s. Are we going to see an XE summon? And the question is, what are we going to see?
Most likely,
into?
yes.
RB goes for Gustav Max, a card which can detach 1 material from it, target 1 face-up monster in the field, and that is unaffected by card effects, and make it unaffected by card effects. Okay, cool.
Yep, I'm facing a wall here.
Yeah, that's exactly why he probably brought it out. A card that's going to survive for a while.
Yeah, this card has amazing staying power, really.
That's exactly why you should run kaijus. Like, you guys don't listen to me.
Shut up, you fanboy.
Spiral Super Agent, RB went for Spiral Super Agent. I understand why he would do that. Reason why being is that is the biggest card on his field that can be buffed up
Speaking
to
of
an
speed,
attack that can get over Dora. Okay, so now we've got another Speed Void Terratop. RB's going to activate Dora, and he's going to probably target Terratop.
no, it's not like the Felgrand effect. It only makes it unaffected by card effect except its own.
Ah, so why rush to do so? Did he really want that Express Knight in the grave? Who knows?
He's worried that I'm gonna pull in a move that will destroy his card,
Ah, but
which is accurate.
I'm not that stupid.
Exactly.
would it not have been better to chain it to the effect or whatever he's going to try to do to destroy it?
Better to do it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Make
Alright.
it so that Necro has to run by his options a little bit better. A little bit more.
All right. I'll probably just use some MX. That.
So MS
Just
is
bring.
bring out Super Agent.
And yeah, actually, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do here. Big red.
Go for another Super Agent into a rank 4. Okay. So yeah, Super Red, Premature Burial, really solid card. It helps with swarming so much. Now
It does help.
Now we can go into we're gonna go for the Utopia engine. So Utopia is gonna come out first, and then Necro's gonna open
Fuck!
into Lightning, which is gonna be
Damn it! That was the one thing I wasn't planning for.
Now it's gonna run over Dora. Yeah.
Yep. That's GG.
I do feel it would have been better to actually just wait for Dora's effect. That way, if he actually went for something, then you could have actually changed
Damn it. And I actually have something in my hand if I actually was able to live this turn.
Cool. But at least we got a demonstration of what Spirals can do. Wow, Spirals overcoming trains.
Spirals are pretty powerful, to be honest.
this a match?
It's mostly...
No,
No,
it's
it wasn't.
Okay, cool.
I can do another one if you want.
No, we're good here. We've come out to 3
Oh.
hours.
Okay.
Alright,
And,
yeah,
my-
that was long.
My DVR, no, that's fine. I'm just concerned about my DVR. It only records the last 3 hours of on streaming. So yeah, no, that's it. Let me get back to the main. What do I want to go back to? Sorry, I've lost DevBros title. Yeah. Okay, guys. So that was pretty much it for this episode. TDIL overall. Final words, gentlemen. TDIL. What do you think about this set? Do you think they've added much to the TCG? What are your final thoughts?
Kaiju's for the win.
If we go for the... we'll start
Stop
with Toby then.
Stop it, Toby. Stop it.
Kaiju's for the
Stop
win.
it. Toby. Stop it. Okay, so in my opinion, I'm looking forward to what the Dark Illusion will spice up in terms of the meta. Like, I'm honestly looking forward to the End of Worlds just so you can see what the ban list will bring, and that will shake up the meta. Hopefully, we'll have another ban list that will shake up what the actual format is. Like, take all my wishes. I'm hoping for.
Do you think we're gonna see Metal Foes rise to power as they've done in the OCG?
Yang Zing Metal Foes are really good.
Yeah,
so I see that being
that's
a
what I'm
thing.
scared
So,
about.
as I showed off.
Yang Zing.
Although my Heretic Kaijus had no problem with them, so.
Oh my god, stop it.
Toby,
every couple minutes is you talking about kaiju. Should we get the duct tape?
Toby 1018 and 10 and one word kaiju.
Arby.
I like Godzilla.
Arby.
Seriously, Toby, if you love kaiju so much, go into a Godzilla movie.
Shin Godzilla's coming out soon. Speaking of that. Anyway, Arby. I actually had a segue for it, but I've lost it now. What is your impressions of TDIL?
I will say I like it. And I'm not really like hit or miss with it. Like, I'm not really saying like, oh, it's so bad or oh, it's so good. It's just like, I think it's the whole thing of how I need to wait. I'm just gonna wait and see like what comes out of this, because I feel like there will be some really cool, some nice things that'll come out of it. But at the same time, I'm scared because of the things that will come out of it. Because of course we have Metal Foes, we have Metal Foes as Yang Zing. We got Dark Magicians, we got Blue Eyes. It's just it's a dark time in my opinion, and I'm kind of scared.
Cool. Necro.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey, Necro.
Well, really, my hopes are, like, I'm kind of in the same boat as Dan. Like, the meta lately is just kind of cancerous at this point, so I'm honestly just anticipating for the future, even if the future will be bleak.
Why do you think it will be bleak?
Well, like Dan said, like, Blue Eyes are getting their alternative thanks to the movie pack, so they'll be at full strength. And Dark Magicians, even though they are not as, even though Toby's build is not as consistent as Frick.
But thanks a lot, man.
No problem. Don't mention it. Anyway, so Dark Magicians in general, they do have their own synergy, but they are kind of too slow in general to make an impact probably. And my main looking forward to seeing what Metal Foes can do in the TCG, since I had a strong affiliation to the deck ever since it got first revealed.
Cool. As for me, closing words on TDIL. I'll go back to the other sheet there. My final words on TDIL. What I'm most excited for are those one-off tech cards, the cards which you're going to see, which are those standalone cards. Really excited to see how Pot of Desires, Floodgate Trap Hole, Nirvana High Paladin, Cosmic Cyclone, and I'm missing one more, Gofu. How those types of cards are going to impact upon the meta, because I think we're going to be seeing a lot of those cards. I think they are pretty damn good as a handful of one-offs.
I already have a picture in my mind of how it's going to look. It's not a very pretty picture, but I'll just have to see.
Yeah.
And final from the chat, Revan says, "Don't let Toby near Dark Magician?" Question mark.
Cool.
To be fair,
I think that's a good place to leave it on. No, Toby, you're not able to say anything. Anything that you say is going to revolve in kaijus, and we don't want that.
You've lost all your privileges. We've revoked your DevBros license.
I'm just kidding. What do you want to say? We're waiting.
Well, yeah, I like to see Pot of Desires in like the future, like in topping decks, pretty much. I'm hopefully this new ban list will hit this week, maybe. I'm hoping for that, because I'm tired of seeing like the same meta cards, Monarchs, freaking Cosmos, and PK Fire. That's already gotten boring and repetitive. I want to see like other decks top now.
You know what it kind of feels like to me.
What's that?
The the whole year that we had of the top 4 meta decks of that format.
I want to see.
I think it's time. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
It just got boring.
I really, really want to see you guys play ranked. I really want to see what you guys are like against the meta, and what ideas you guys come up with, because you guys are very good at deck building, but I never see you guys play ranked. That's what I would love to see. Maybe we need a better change for that to happen.
I used to play ranked on DN, but slowly.
If I go on rank, I'm gonna play my Blue Eyes build. That's like
if I'm going on rank, I'm either playing Red Eye Zombies or I'm playing Ghost Trick because I need to lock something down.
Cool.
Yeah,
but it's about time that they finally hit Burning Abyss. That thing's been going on for like 2 years now. It's time to put that archetype
I really
to sleep.
don't really should get hit.
Cool.
Anyway, I think that's a great place to leave. I think that's a great place to end off on.
Absolutely. The last thing which I want to end off on, we are running into 3 hours now, but the last thing I want to end off on is what's happening in the week for you guys. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want people to look out for? Toby and Arby, anything on your ends for your channels?
No, not really.
Okay.
No,
cool.
I may stream a little bit.
For Arby, fine.
I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow because it's 9 p.m. here.
And Toby?
I don't know. You could probably see me streaming in a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Cool. For myself, usual stuff, new week off, and it's going to be doing a review of I Am Setsuna. I'm going to actually try to do a written review and see if I get any good at that. But other than that, yeah, usual stuff. And as always, thank you guys for tuning into DevBros. Probably the most viewers we've had on DevBros thus far, so we'll try it for that. And yeah, hopefully you guys will join us next week for episode 7. I'll see you then.
Bye-bye.